That's okay, don't worry, we'll come over. Hello, welcome to this Wargamer. We're here live at Cardiff, in Cardiff.
At Firestorm Games.
It's Rob and Simon. We're about to see Sweden versus Wales decide which games are going to happen. Sweden looks absolutely calm and ready.
There's some death stares.
Wales look nervous. We're going to go live to the table right now.
Hello, welcome back. I am very excited to watch this happen live. So the guys are now deciding, and I'm very close.
Very, very close.
Simon, don't forget we're not going to say anything to affect the draw.
So if I say that Wales should put all their stuff down first, and then Sweden just pick, that'd be bad, wouldn't it? Yeah.
So effectively, what's happening? If you guys are watching at home, 2 team captains. So you guys should be able to see the team captains. There they are. You have them. Wales are on the right, and and Sweden are on the left, and they're deciding. We're seeing some cards go down now. They're deciding which armies are going to play against each other. This is the most exciting part of Team Tournament Age of Sigmar. So the Swedish have put a card in upside down. It's a secret right now. Well, only to half the room. However, to Wales. Although Wales then have to put in another card in secret. Then what happens is both teams put in 2 more cards in secret each, and then they do a matchup process.
It's very true. I think they are struggling between the two of them to decide what they're choosing first. So they seem to be rolling a dice at the minute, and that actually is the realm effects. They're looking for extra dice, but they're looking for realm effects for things before they start putting their cards down.
Team captain there showing that he only rolls 5s and 6s. In no way is he stressed about rolling dice.
I have seen those dice in action, and they're called re-roll dice. So you roll bad, and then instant good.
There we go. There you go. So the guys are currently just working out some realm effects. That's what's happening. This might not look super tense, but I promise you it is. If we cut to the captains, oh, we've already done that. No, good. Go back to the captains. Solid work there, John. Cut back to the captains. Hope you guys are enjoying this. This is tense. You can see here. Look at this. This is tense right now. You guys are great. I'm very excited. It's quite quiet in the room. I'm gonna quickly go some interviews. Team Sweden, how do we feel about the matchup process? You excited?
Yes, very excited. They're rolling dice now, and I have no idea what they're doing, but I'm really excited.
Awesome. Who do you want to play?
I would like to play the most good-looking guy in the team, which would be the guy in the corner there. What's his name?
Yeah, he's gorgeous. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay. There we go. So I think we are back to the cards now. Okay, we're going to see some cards go down. So again, if you guys just joined us, this process is very tense. We're going to go to 2 famous, both Welsh and Swedish players, Andy Hughes and Jonathan Etland. Yeah, as the cards go down, Jonathan, you nervous?
About what? The cards?
Andy, are you nervous?
No, I've been sick this morning.
Perfect. So we'll go back to the tabletop. You guys are great. Perfect job. Feel free to flip them whenever. So the guys have put the cards down, and the 2 armies they put out. Sweden have put down Daughters of Khaine, and Wales have put down Daughters of Khaine, Legions of Sacrament. So Legion of Sacrament and Daughters of Khaine have gone down. Now they don't play each other. What happens is now both teams put in 2 other options to battle out. So effectively, these are kind of these are the armies that they want to get armies drawn against.
The 2 that will be next chosen from Team Wales will be the deciding 2 for Team Sweden to pick for the Daughters of Khaine player, basically.
Effectively, and vice versa. Then 2 teams will go, oh, and Wales straight in there. They're not, some call them brave, some call them rash. Yeah, but they've made their decisions. Their spreadsheets may be more powerful than the Swedish spreadsheets.
So from what I've known, their spreadsheets are so powerful, they've already predicted the outcome for all these matches.
Wow, okay, so they already know before time.
Living in the future.
Yeah. Oh, the Swedish are ready. There's some complicated algorithms to decide. Now, this might not look tense, but you can basically lose the match, a match consisting of 8 games here in this process. They've gone down. Oh, I'm so excited. Here we go. What do you think it's going to be? Okay. So Wales are putting Skaven and Slaanesh against Daughters of Khaine, and then Fyreslayers and Legion of Asgore versus Legion of Sacrament. Now we're not going to make any predictions here because that may affect people, but basically what they do, Daughters of Khaine, Sweden get to play, decide which Daughters of Khaine they're going to play against, and then
Sweden are the Daughters gameplay. They get to choose whether they play Slaanesh or Skaven.
they're going to play Skaven.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. And then Legion of Asgore up against Legion of Nagash. A giant mistake there because the little dwarves are the best. Yeah. That's fine. Team captain. Oh, there we go. It's two team captains facing off. No, it's not two team captains. No, it's not. No, it's not. No team captains, in fact. They're right in front of me. I'm stupid. There we go. Easy peasy. Donald, do you want to join us for the card drawing process? This is my favourite part, I think. It's so exciting. What do you think?
I am so excited in my pants.
Everyone always goes for like a sexual reference, and it's fine.
No, it's just because I really fancy Tom.
He's a good-looking fella, right? Big smile on his face.
Does the carpet match the drapes? That's what we all want to know. That is what we all want to know. And we never will, because he shaves.
So the first matchup is Legion of Sacrament versus Legion of Asgore.
Oh my god, they're here.
Yeah, they're here.
How exciting for you.
Very excited for me. I'll be very excited to not watch that game happen.
That's fair. What about the other matchup?
Daughters of Khaine versus Skaven.
Oh, excellent. Who do we root for in this case?
Who do we root for? I don't know. Like, I don't want to make any predictions. I mean, they're already done, right? I would say that Skaven are a pretty solid shout versus Daughters.
Samuel is a really good player, though. Yes. He beat David Khaine from Northern Ireland in the last game, which his list is really strong and my favourite. So I think actually that my money's on him for sure.
Agreed. Yeah, it's very interesting. I can't. So Sweden straight in there. They've. Oh no, wait. Oh, they've changed their mind. Oh. There's. No. So what happens? It's the same process over and over. Another card will go in secret, and then two will be drawn against it. Oh. So again, Donald, you're a big spreadsheets man. What do you think about this?
About what?
Is it the power of the spreadsheets that just decides the win?
I think it'd be really cool if we had faction versus faction data, because then that way you would just use that to do it. But ultimately, the more matchups that they get right, the more likely they're going to win, because you only need 6 major wins to cap, even if you don't score any secondaries. So I think that alone is incredibly powerful. So just the difference of 1 or 2 matchups means that our country can cap.
Agreed. I'm really happy to be covering this. Both are in. Wales look very. Oh, here we go. They're flip. No. It's okay. So Wales are flipping. So Flesh Eater Courts have gone in from Team Sweden. Team Wales have put in Draconis. Order Draconis, the only Order Draconis army here this weekend. What do you think about those choices?
It's a really nicely painted army, because Tom didn't do it.
Obviously.
So yeah, I mean, I love Order Draconis, but it's a poor man's Flesh Eaters, and Tom is a poor man's Adam.
That's probably the most articulate. It's a poor man's Flesh Eater Courts, and it's a poor man's player. So, okay, so Sweden straight in there, not nervous at all. Their spreadsheet's powerful and ready. Oh, some smack talk coming from Team Wales. They don't care. Wales are in. So Mixed Order and Daughters of Khaine potentially versus Flesh Eater Courts. Fyreslayers and Skaventide versus Draconis. And they've decided to go for Mixed Order versus Flesh Eater Courts.
That's interesting that they are so confident they're not even hiding their choice, which is what most people do. But they're just like, no, we're taking the Skaven, or the daughters. We're just going to let you choose. because they now know that whatever's back in the hand. So the mixed order is back in Wales's hand.
So realistically, this stage should happen simultaneously, where both players pick, or there's a tactic to make sure it happens simultaneously.
Yeah, you put the card face down, but I think there's also a tactic to not choosing to do that and just going, I know what I'm doing and you don't.
Wait, so we're looking. This is aggressive card bullying.
Yeah, this is like, imagine you watch Magic the Gathering. I've never watched it, but I can imagine it. And one player does things really quickly and the other one takes their time. This is what I think is happening.
Oh, okay. And then the matchup we've got there is Fyreslayers. Fyreslayers against Order Draconis.
So do you see how Tom pushed past the card back? Yeah. He'd already lost this game.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, it's over.
Oh, he's emotionally defeated before he's even started.
Yeah, that is solid play for me.
His face says no. Speckles is going to make sure. No, it's fine. I just want to make sure it should look nicer.
I've got a good idea. While they're deciding more what to do, I need to decide on some spot prizes. Round one spot prize, or for this spot prize, I'm thinking the first player to beat either Daughters, Skaven, or Feck. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I agree. Taking down the kings is always the most fun.
What should be the second spot prize?
Someone who wins a priority on a 2.
Oh, I like it. Okay.
Which is always it's the most upsetting. It's the most upsetting.
What about winning priority on a 1?
Oh, what, for the double 1 draw? Yeah. All right.
Okay, we'll try that, and if it doesn't work, we'll go to 2 in the next round. Yeah.
You're always nervous. So this process, if you're watching at home, continues until all 8 matchups have been decided. But what's an interesting kind of tactic, as I understand it, is as the cards get put, you know that the pool is smaller. Because the pool is smaller, some of the cards you put out to bully opponents, or you keep in your hand for late game bullying, because you have a counter pick for some of the other choices. Am I right?
Yeah, so if we look at what happened, so when they started, what did they put down did Wales put down the Skaven, or did they put down the Legion of Nagash?
Legion Nagash. These are second.
So that's an interesting one. And then Sweden bullied and put down Daughters, because they're probably pretty confident that Daughters are going to win most of the matchups that Wales have. So it's interesting that Wales didn't go for that aggressive, because I don't think that Legion list is necessarily has 0 bad matchups in Sweden. So there's a different strategy going on, and eyeballing it, my guess is Sweden are doing pretty well as within this core matchups.
At the matchup process, but what's also really interesting in the matchup process is you don't have to win, like you said, you don't have to win all of the games. So some games you can intentionally throw a matchup on purpose. I find that to be there's a lot of tactics there. You can play at home. I played this at home a few times. And do you tend to practice in this at home, or is this interesting for you?
I am never the captain, so I don't have to do it. I am just a team player who takes on anything.
Whatever you're told to go. Also interesting for... Sweden and Wales are in. Sweden haven't changed their mind this time. Disciples of Tzeentch versus Sylvaneth. Disciples of Tzeentch versus Sylvaneth. So Sweden have put in Disciples of Tzeentch, a wicked list in my opinion, and then also Sylvaneth on there. What do you think about those choices?
I think that's an interesting one. I don't know what's in their hands at the moment. So Wales have Deepkin, they have the mixed order and another one. So it's tough to say. I think at this stage it's super hard to know what the right decision is, because whatever they put in is going to play, whatever they keep in their hand is going to play whatever the Swedish put down. So this part is the biggest decision making within the matchup process.
Oh, okay. Well, Wales straight in there. They don't seem stressed. Sweden not too bothered either. Oh no, it's another classic Swedish mind change. This is absolutely classic. This is why yeah.
This is why we picked him, because he can never make up his mind. And it's hilarious. It's literally why we picked him.
Oh no, he's made a decision. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so Turtle Deepkin and Slaanesh potentially against Disciples of Tzeentch. What are they going to choose? And then you've got Sylvaneth versus Skaven Tide or Blades of Khorne. What are the Sylvaneth? So Wales have got the Sylvaneth player, and they can either choose Blades of Khorne or Skaven Tide to go against. Then you've got Idneth Deepkin and Slaanesh, who Sweden get to pick to play against Tzeentch. Are you going to see Chaos versus Chaos, or are you going to see Idneth? Oh, I'm sat here like wondering what I would pick, and the answer is I probably would never choose to be team captain.
No. No.
No. That would be the least fun. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm finding this very interesting. Oh, the guys are looking tense. How do you feel about it, Speckles?
It's interesting. It's really good.
It's interesting, right?
Yeah, I think there's some. I don't know. I think Disciples of Tzeentch are going to struggle against both of those. To be honest.
Okay, so. So from the tabletop, we're just learning what's happening. And as you can see, Idneth Deepkin are playing against the Disciples of Tzeentch. And yeah, you get to. So Sweden are choosing to play against Idneth. It's going to be really interesting, really tense. Yeah, so it's, as you can see, the guys are looking on interestingly. It's tense, right? There's a lot of thought going into it. I find it so interesting in how it's working, and they just, they're working it through. It's my first time watching it fully live, and I am riveted. There we go.
Sweden decided now.
Sweden have decided.
Upside down.
Okay. So this stage is done in secret, so the guys are making some choices. Oh.
Seriously intense now.
Because it can decide, like, you guys at home, whatever army you're running, you know which your tough matchup is. So effectively what's happening is the captains are trying to orientate those tough matchups, but they're doing it while trying to balance 8 people at the same time and then go for an overall victory, which they're capped at.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're now. I think when it becomes to this stage, it's whether you want to try and guarantee the win or take a hit where you don't need to worry.
So what you've seen is Gloomspike Gits are going to be playing against Mixed Order on the bottom table. Then you've got Skaven Tide versus Sylvaneth. Skaven Tide versus Sylvaneth. Then you've got Blades of Khorne versus Slaanesh. So the activation wars are on. It's on. And then Disciples of Tzeentch are playing against Idneth Deepkin. So that's the result. I'm going to get a quick thought from. That's all done. Team captain Sweden. How do you think that went?
We're quite happy with the draw, actually. I think we got it as good as we could, I think.
Any thoughts on your indecisiveness?
I don't know.
No thought. Thank you very much. We'll find out from the captain of Team Wales, see how he thought that went. How do you think that went?
Yeah, we're going to smash them.
Whoa, okay, so
I thought the rules worked a different way, but now I've been educated, and I'm more than happy with the.
Perfect. So both teams happy with the draw. Let's see how that works. There we go. So keep going. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was interesting, right? Tense, nervous. I don't really know who won or what the process was. I will do. With all these cards and flips, makes me think I'm watching Malifaux. So what, did you guys enjoy it? I thought it was interesting. Like, I don't know how to process it right now. I'm excited about doing it for the next 3 times that we're going to be doing it. But it definitely is a really exciting process. I won't lie to you. So we're going to get the overlays updated. So one of the things we learned from the last round is it's just a huge volume of information. Tzeentch, thank you very much for subscribing. Waking up early on a Saturday, that's when you know it's good. Oh, thanks, Tzeentch. Appreciate that, though. Thank you to everyone on Twitch and Patreon who support the Honest Wargamer. You're helping us create this
well, you know, T-Sports. We are the future of T-Sports as a group, so thank you. Team events are cool. I dig the thinking behind the matchups. Gammy, you're gorgeous, man. It's interesting, right? Like, you got to, like, draw it out. Like, we're going to talk about through the lists and the matchups now, talk about what me and Speckles think, and get you guys involved, start making some predictions. We've got stats predictions. We've got person-by-person predictions, and obviously we've got thank you, Gammy. Join us. It's not going to be the smoothest, but I think it's actually the world's first. So you can't really argue with that. A little team of us just trying to smash it through. You got it all? Oh, we got the lists. Ready to rock.
I'm back.
Okay, Andy Hughes is looking calm and ready. Probably one of the star players in the Welsh team.
Until the tequila hits.
Until the tequila hits or the curry burns, one of the two. That's his process. So hope you guys. What did you think of the matchup process, Simon?
I thought it was really good. I think there was a lot of back and forth. They weren't really letting much go.
No.
I don't know whether that was just more of a tactic, because they were very, very sure of themselves on a few. And
Yeah.
they held back quite a bit. I don't know whether that was just getting Team Wales ahead.
Honestly, it was really interesting, right? And the key part as a takeaway is when you actually went to speak to them, like, how did you think you went? And both team captains were like, yeah, we did the best.
We did best, yeah. Auto, yeah, we've got all these, no problem.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that both teams. It can't be like your prediction earlier, where it's both.
Why not?
So one of the teams do worse, and that's what we're here for. We're here for the intense, in-depth analysis on who actually did well.
It's gonna be an interesting one.
It's going to be very interesting. So if you guys have just joined us, obviously that was the exciting draw process. So just let us know what's happening, because you guys might just have joined us right now.
Yeah.
So we're here in Cardiff.
Firestorm Games.
Firestorm Games, you can see right there.
It's fiery in here as well.
It is fiery.
A
So
mild 26 degrees.
but it's awesome. It's got an independent shop down there. They've got loads of like kits to buy, basin supplies, loads of cool things.
It's actually really good, that shop, to be honest.
Yeah.
But more importantly, it has a bar.
It does have a bar, car
6
parking.
extra boxes for me.
Actually, this is the venue for the world's first competitive Age of Sigmar event ever. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, very first world's ever competitive event. When they released the game and the points were made by the community, it was held here by Mo Ashraf himself.
Oh yeah.
So the
For
home
MoComp.
for MoComp, so the home of the world's first Age of Sigmar event, hosting the world's first live streamed team tournament.
Really?
So that's cool.
Yeah. Were you there?
I was actually. It was won by Seraphon. With at that point, it was we'd accidentally not pointed up the engine of the gods when they could do double turns.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly how that feels when I played you with that.
Yeah. And Craig ended up getting like 4 double turns in a row.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Against Mr. Russfield himself, who's here actually in the crowd.
Yeah.
He brought the face out to play right there and then. So there's one of our show hosts himself, Jonathan Etland, smashing it. I imagine he's already won his first game in round 1.
He's just winning all games all
and now
week.
he's going to go. He's going to go take it now. He's up against. What's he up against, Jonathan?
He's playing mixed order.
Tempest High.
Tempest. Yeah. He's got a lot of stuff. Now I've played against this list, and he's looking a little bit sheepish as you walk past.
How do I win?
You win by taking flesh eater courts, because I've beaten him twice.
So we've heard some hot goss from the table. Donal is not actually happy about the matchups, so they're changing it.
Again.
We did
all right this time.
We did all right, right?
We did quite well. We
did all right, but do you know who's going to be really upset? Scrivo, who's just been doing all the overlay stuff.
And I've
he is going to be
down like
mad.
6 different times now.
So Twitch chat, ask us some questions, and also how you feeling, where you tuning in from. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. If you're watching on Facebook, love hearts, please.
Yeah, lots and lots of love hearts.
Do some shares. Just like, these are 6 of the world's countries. Arguably not the best countries.
I mean, there's worse.
Is there?
Well, I'm still waiting for you to tell me where Paraguay is.
Paraguay's a great country.
But where is it?
It's near Morocco.
We'll say yes, just for you.
But there's no Aussies here.
We have an Aussie watching.
Oh, we got 2 in fact.
2?
We don't have. Yeah. I don't think we have any of the Kiwis here representing. No. There's Mr. Jack Armstrong himself. Good work, guys. Watching from home after the kid's birthday, and wish I was there. It's a very fun event.
It is good.
Yeah.
I do love this event.
You love team environments?
I love team events.
Okay.
The last 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so there's going to be a quick redraw of some of the there's a quick redraw of some of the armies.
Yeah, so the final 4 matchups. Now, I did say when we were doing this, my prediction was all the captains will have variations of their own way of how this is done. And we're second in now, and we've already seen now 3 variations of how it's done from just 4 captains.
Well, that's what I'm hoping doing the coverage. Eventually, everyone will work out how to do it.
I mean, it's 3 years in. I still have no idea. I don't think the captains do. I think it's just going to be a bonkers thing that happens, really. I think they all go, this is exactly how it is. It's like certain rules in AoS.
Can we get some national smack talk, please? Obviously, England are the twice reigning champions here, but I know that there are people from other places around the world. If your nation is not represented here and would come, what do you think your chances are realistically of winning it? Would you win? Would you lose?
Can you think of 8 people or 7 other people that would join you and smash this out?
Yeah, and absolutely just do the work.
Or would you just turn up just because you always wanted to go to Cardiff? Because,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a nice place, but probably not a place you want to go for when you travel the world.
Cardiff's nice, man.
It is nice. It is
Cardiff's
nice.
nice.
But if we're just going, well, if you're going from the lovely Paraguay to Wales, I mean, that could be what? Anything between Rob's estimation of miles of 4 to 4 million miles away.
Yeah. Jace Harper's just saying the captain should have a clue. There's a guide and everything. Yeah, but the issue is, man.
See, the guy's very
if
good.
you show me a Warhammer player who's read the pack, and I'll show you a nerd. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think Donald's kind of agreeing with us behind that.
the TO currently laughing out loud behind us and agreeing. What?
The TO actually hasn't read the pack. He just wrote blinds, hired some monkeys to type away and gone, there you go.
This is what I like about doing the coverage, right? Because like at the minute, like Age of Sigmar is this amazing growing community of all of us, and like we're trying to do it super professional. We're trying to make it a thing, but we're all learning.
Yeah.
And what's fun is like not hiding it. We're all friends in it together. John, come round.
Come round.
John, you're in the Swedish team. You got to
Yeah,
talk
do it
into the
a bit
microphone.
closer.
Somebody have decided to use Article 7, so there's a new referendum in the matchups.
Wait, are they trying to enact Article 51? Oh dear.
The rules
oh, dear.
above the rules.
Oh dear.
We're not sure what's happening.
Do you know who you're playing yet?
I was playing Tempest Eye.
Ah, yeah, the order of
I'm
Draconis.
probably going to play Skaven or something.
Yeah. Interestingly, there is a massive language barrier though, because obviously the entire Welsh team barely
Speak
speaks
Welsh,
English.
yeah.
They're just communicating in flockity flick, Luke. The Swedish team speak fluent English and they're absolutely fine.
Their English is undoubtedly better than all of ours here.
Yeah. Oh, Spongy Paint. It was lonely in the YouTube chat. Big love for the T-Sports, keeping me company while painting. Yeah, if you are watching on Facebook, or you're watching on YouTube, join us on Twitch. That's where we'll take the questions.
Come on over. Yeah.
Yeah. Mandollies. Well, Australia hasn't won a Warhammer Fantasy Battle Ashes, an AoS Ashes, or an Anzac Ditch AoS event, so pretty good chances of taking it out. Yeah. Do you reckon? Do you rate Australia's chances?
I've met a couple of Australians now.
Yeah, you have.
I've beat one of them.
You have.
So that's 50% down on their estimation of we're going to win.
So let's say they enter this event. Where do you think they're going to come?
I think I know exactly where they'd be on the bottom tables because it's the closest to the bar.
It is the closest to the
I
bar.
genuinely think it will be a stat of, well, but I don't want to walk all the way to the first tables because the bar's all the way over the side of the building.
Hi, Coach.
I love to see that Coach don't judge on Clint.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true. And then what about America? Where do you think they'd come in the rankings?
I'm playing Idonet.
John,
Fish people.
The fish people versus the gloomy people.
all right. So we have got the draw up.
We have
this, though.
Yeah, we have a draw. It's just Scriro's looking as stressed as I was.
Don't worry. So where would America come? If
Um,
America to enter this event, if we let them.
I think America would come in with fireworks, expecting to smash everything off the board, and then realising there's more than just America here, and then come mid-tables. I think the mid-table from America.
Mid-tables from America.
Do you know why?
America already think that we think that they're rubbish at Warhammer. I don't think you guys are rubbish at Warhammer.
I think they didn't realise the fact that there's somebody from Derby here that would guarantee them to lose.
Yeah.
I would make sure those Americans went back to America without anything apart from a wooden spoon.
Little side note on Australia: if they're on the bottom tables because of their upside down nature, that'd technically be the top.
That's the upside down. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
how it works.
that's winning. That's 4D chess.
So Mexico, I know there's both the Greeks and the Mexicans out there. Where do you think the Greeks would come?
I don't think the Greeks would care as long as they're just having fun. to be
You think?
honest. I think they'd just be loving it. I think they'd be a sneaky surprise though.
I think the Mexicans would probably either tunnel up or jump over the little.
There's no walls in Wales. We're fine.
They'd cross that bridge. America, fuck yeah, says Fluffhammer. Zanj says America. AoS Coach says mind blown.
The upside.
Hey, Seraphage, the Greeks would definitely come.
I'd love to see the Greeks.
Yeah, the Greeks would be great. And they obviously were at the Blood Tide. If you guys want to go back on YouTube and watch the Blood Tide interviews, interview the Greek team, and probably some of the sweetest people in all of Warhammer.
I was slightly gutted as a team captain, a team captain in that.
Terrible decision.
Yeah, well, no decision to make because I was the only one left. I think it was more the fact I was just more gutted we didn't play the Greeks. We missed out on the Greeks this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is quite gutting. We
Let's
played
say-
French, but that was it.
So the French, they're not here.
To be fair, there was
The immortal
really-
enemies of the English. Where would they play?
They French would take it super
Okay.
seriously. I think they'd be aiming for top.
They'd be at the top.
I think they'd be aiming for the top. I wouldn't say they'd get
the
the top.
French are really serious about Warhammer.
Well,
but they're
yes and
really,
no.
really not that serious about Cologne.
Well, I see. There was a few French teams that I played, and we played. I think we played two of them. One was super serious. The other one, they just wanted to come out drinking with us. So I like the drinking ones, and I think they did better.
Night Gammy, love you.
So I think they'd be, depending on who comes, middle or near the bar.
Okay, all right. So we've got that. I think.
Sorry,
Go on, one last.
Where would Team Zimbabwe come?
Oh, Team Zimbabwe would win it all day long. Yeah, we would have those green flags flying, and we would win all day long. Don't you worry.
Just an auto win.
Auto win. It's
Walk
not
in
a
with a
problem.
flag and then just go out with a trophy.
Team Zimbabwe has got some of the best Warhammer players in the world. Specifically, me and Nathan.
But you're slightly hindered.
No, we just throw you under the bus all day long.
Yeah. Well, yeah, say there's
easy.
me.
That's not a problem. We will be making. Also, there'll be a team next year. I think made solely of content creators. England have tried to do it this year, but they were let down because some of them don't want to do shows. But I'm pretty certain we're going to make an entire content creator show team at one point.
Do you think next year, or maybe within the next few years, Team Wales will have a full Welsh team?
No.
No,
Because
straight no.
they keep putting up adverts, but no one in Wales can read.
I mean, I've seen a lot of adverts in here, and people are just drawn all over them. It's like, no, we're not joining.
Right. So I'm going to start talking about the matchups.
Okay.
If
Let's
you're
see what's
excited
going
about
on.
So as a quick rundown, Skaven versus Daughters of Khaine,
Okay.
Legion of Sacrament versus Legion of Asgore, Order Draconis versus Fyreslayers, Daughters of Khaine versus Flesh Eater Courts.
Mixed Order versus Tzeentch.
Yep.
Deepkin versus Gitz. Slaanesh versus Khorne. Sylvaneth versus Skaven. And some upside
And
downs.
that's it.
Oh, and there's the Australians at the bottom.
Yeah. that is it. That's our list. Look at that.
That's
It's fluid handwriting. John doesn't want us to show us
yeah.
that. He wants us to keep a professional bent. He's like, don't do that. Keep
he
it more
does
serious.
like his skills with a pen.
I want this to be more serious. Yeah, but he'll show you guys a cool overlay in 15 to 25 minutes. Now?
Oh, is that?
Oh, he's
It's
halfway
halfway
through
through,
doing
it's
it.
halfway through.
All right, okay.
So, I mean, that's quite a lot of the heavy hitters are playing against their own heavy hitters. So you've got Daughters of Khaine Feck, Daughters of Khaine Feck. There's actually two Daughters of Khaine Feck, vice versa. So the Wales, the Daughters of Khaine Feck twice, which is interesting.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be.
And they're actually, sorry to break in again, they're both playing the same battle plan as well. So that would be interesting to see.
Well, where's the same battle plan? What battle plan are we
So-
playing? It's not on there.
I'll tell you what the battle plans are. My scribble, it's terrible. So they're playing Gift in the Heavens, both of them,
Okay.
which is
So is anyone at home rooting for a particular faction? I know obviously Speckles is torn. I'm very excited because teams torn. I'm very excited because Team Sweden have bought a Legion of Asgore army. So we will be talking about the list in a minute as well as the matchups. I'm High Lofthammer, by the way. I'm very excited about seeing them play, and they're playing against Legion of Sacrament, which is
what I'm excited to see play. So we've had this matchup ourselves between the two of us.
we have.
It was my sacrament versus your fake dwarfs.
Real dwarves.
Fake.
Real dwarves.
What happened, Rob?
I think I lost.
Won, yeah. You lost and then you won.
So it was a draw.
So this could be the decider
Oh,
for us.
But for us, before the end of this season, before the General's Handbook comes to wreck all the points.
Well, the real army's points, yours points just get messed around with.
No, they won't even touch ours.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
fine.
AoS Coach asking, where is Team Malta? That's a great question. We should get Team Malta in here, actually.
It would be really cool.
Where's Team Canada?
Yeah, they've got some good players in Canada.
Yeah, it's like we need like some sort of like world team championships,
Like,
the WTC.
that would be quite cool.
That would be quite.
That
cool.
would be amazing to see.
We should organise that. Not just Europe. Europe's rubbish.
But we could have an intercontinental.
Huh?
Intercontinental. But and leave England out. Because obviously controversial at the minute.
To the side of a continent. Isn't New Zealand to the side of a continent?
Well, we've got Europe, and then we'll see whether Britain's in it or not soon.
Sticky Duploffer says, Englishman living in Wales, a mate with the Welsh team, who to support? I don't know.
I think, I don't know. I mean, I've got to go Team Sweden, to be honest. Purely for the fact, I was in Team Wales, but they've kicked me to the curb as not being good enough to play for them.
Oh, sad face.
Yeah, they kicked dirt on me and everything.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they're horrific. That Mark Brooks, he looks so sweet and innocent. He's actually little demons.
Okay. Right, so we got any? No, 5 minutes.
So,
Right, okay.
Are you Team
No,
Wales
so
or Sweden?
we're gonna start going through predictions.
Well, no, are you Team Wales or Sweden?
Oh, what team am I rooting for?
Team, no, we're team.
Twitch chat, who are you rooting for, Wales or Sweden? So if you guys don't know what we're going to do, so currently this is round 2. There is going to be 6 matchups currently happening, right? Not 6 matchups, sorry. There's a round consists of 3 matches, and and each match consists of 8 games. So that's what we're seeing. We're only going to be talking about and really conversing about this particular matchup, which is Sweden versus Wales.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So that's what we're rooting for today. We get to make as many hurdy-gurdy jokes as possible. I get to talk about the Swedish like this.
Oh, well, are you saying hurdy-gurdy because you're trying to speak Welsh or because you're trying to speak
No, I'm
Swedish?
trying to speak Welsh. Fuck. No, that went
Rob
wrong.
has the best Welsh accent you will ever hear. It's a beautiful accent.
I'm from the valleys.
If you
Isn't
do right,
it, what
it's
you want to
lovely.
do is roll all your dice. That's not racism. I can do Swedish too. Hurdy-durd, I want to get a fjord.
I think if Team Wales, I think Sweden and Wales are both looking at Rob, and
The Swedish team have decided to attack me, but that's fine. I'm going to Brexit them, so it's all good.
I don't think either team knew what accent you were doing then either. I think they both got offended thinking it was the same accent.
Right, so in the chat, we got Lofthammer saying Team Sweden. Stinky Blue Toffee says, no, Guernsey says Sweden. Team Wales with Shaw, says Morgan Stormsmasher. Wunderlich says, Sweden! Sweden! Heinrad says, oh wow. Dan MTG, only competitive event in any sport Wales might have a chance at. Wow.
That was a bit of a low blow.
Wow. I had not expected such truth and bravery to come out of someone on Twitch. How can you say something so bold yet so true?
Fluffhammer.
Fluke's a lot's all about Scotland. Scotland went last round we saw England play against Scotland with both teams winning 4 each.
Yes, it was a little bit. So apparently England towards the end were thinking that's how it was going to go, but
Is the Irish team coach a girl?
I think that's their secret.
That's
their
their coach.
Wow.
Fuck yeah.
I say that's how they're going to smash it out now.
Robert attempts 2 exits for Enzo. It's only 15 nationalities. So yeah, England and Scotland 4 and 4, half and half each.
Yeah, I mean England just come over on top on overall points, but I don't think England was expecting to take such a hit so early on.
They were
really not. And again, both teams thought they had good matchups, and it went 50-50.
They weren't even close.
No, well, no. England were. Yeah, it was more towards them.
It was, but some massive upsets.
Yeah, it is,
specifically Skaven losing to Flysheeter Courts and Bone Splitters losing to Shooting Stormcast. Big upsets.
Yes, yes.
Big upsets. Skaven beating Ironeth, I think, was a good shout. Also, Daughters of Khaine getting walloped by Fyreslayers.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to Richie after. And
Yeah.
He says, yeah, I knew it was going to win. I was like, wow, he's confident. He knew.
Yeah, I mean, everyone who knows their salt is talking about the Fyreslayers. Like, there's a big block of 30 Hearthguard you can put on the board, and they can take a kick in off anything, and then beat the snot back off it. So like that big block is terrifying. The only issue is you have to paint like 30 of the same models that look the same, and
well, the whole army is painted the same. I mean, the ability to figure out which 30 are the right 30. I think that's their secret weapon. It's like camouflage.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go to some hot goss now, and we're gonna start. Yeah, we're gonna bring up an overlay.
Oh.
Yeah. I think we are.
We're gonna try.
Yeah, we're gonna try. Here we go.
Magical powers going on now.
Yeah. There we go. So you can see there's this is the team comp. So we're gonna start talking through lists and start talking through matchups, and we're gonna start taking some predictions from you guys at home. Right? You ready for this?
Yeah.
There's Wales for you.
Thank
and
you.
I'll be doing Sweden. So, talking about Sweden, so Daughters of Khaine, so the first matchup that we're going to be talking about is Skaven Tide and Daughters of Khaine. So in the Twitch chat, I'm going to ask you who you're rooting for, or who you think is going to win. We'll talk about the lists and the battle plan. In a moment, we'll find out where that is. So, the Daughters of Khaine, it's basically every Daughters of Khaine list, but we'll talk about it anyway. And they have got... it's a Hagnar Slaughter Queen with Cauldron of Blood, another Hag Queen, another Hag Queen, another Hag Queen, Morathi, High Oracle of Khaine. Sometimes you only see one Hag Queen. 3 is quite bold. What do you think about that?
I think that they're just trying to trigger me by reading it out. My eyeballs are twitching. Here
Yeah, you hate Hag Queens,
I
right?
hate the Hags. One more month, and if it stays the same, I'm going to go and hunt them all down like Leon shooting the lot.
Okay. So in the chat, Scotland went 4-4 in 17, but flopped versus England at 18, says Jace Harper. Well,
Wow.
Daughters of Khaine for the win, says Heinrad. Skaven Tide, says Coach. Dadhammer says Skaven. Daughters for this one. What is in the Skaven list?
So the Skaven list, it's Skaven Tide. It's got Vermin Lord Warpseer, a Grey Seer on Screaming Bell, Grey Seer, a Warlock Bombardier.
Ooh, baby.
20 clan rats, 20 clan rats, 20 clan rats, and a nice little block, or should I say 2 little blocks of 40 Plague Monks each. So that's 80 Plague Monks on the board. 2 Warp Lightning Cannons, and he's got some endless spells. Can you guess what endless spell he's got?
Warp Lightning Vortex.
Yes.
Geminids.
No, he's only got 2.
Spell Portal.
No.
Shackles.
There we go. We get there in the end.
Nailed it.
Yeah. So
If you guys want to follow along at home, you can just type in lists into the chat, / lists, and find all the lists on the Honest Wargame website, obviously, because that's what we do. So, look, the hags, which he has plentiful of them, are going to be susceptible to the shooting from the Warp Lightning Cannons because they don't roll to hit.
Well, it's true.
Which I think is very interesting. Morathi obviously can go out and do some work. She's going to want to fight those Plague Monks because she doesn't want to take all of the extra damage.
Yes.
The Plague Monks and the Witch Elves should trade off against each other and murder each other. But I'm pretty certain that you're going to want to get the right trades. It comes down to how much chip damage comes from the spells coming out of Skaven, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not entirely sure, but from what I remember, both endless spells that can do damage to Morathi mid-phase in the white noise, both of these do their damage in the movement phase, don't they?
Yeah, you're right.
So that actually won't affect Morathi.
Yeah, you're right. They're not going to have the additional work. The Plague Monk blocks are fairly scary, and also the Warp Lightning Cannons can do some good stuff, especially to take out the synergy for Daughters of Khaine. And the reason that Daughters of Khaine have been so solid, over this entire time, is because taking out their synergy has been next to impossible. You have to do it via shooting, and then you've got maybe a turn, before they swamp you, or you try and do it via. Then they've got that mobile unit with Morathi who can they throw into your lines. It's a really solid list because of all of its key parts. It poses a couple of problems, which just mean it's hard to deal with completely. And looking at their global stats, they're just rock solid as an army.
Yeah, I mean the problem as well to be fair, I played them the other day, and it's probably the first time I went to round 5. By round 3, they're re-rolling hits and wounds as well. So they just get better and better and better. So if you can take them for a couple of turns, you're still going to get smashed in eventually by the rest of it, because it just becomes an unstoppable killing machine, I think, Daughters of Khaine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is really tough to deal with. But everyone in the chat saying Skaven. My vote is for Skaven.
So
later on, we'll find out what the stats say. Oh, actually, I'm going to write this down as well. So we're gonna see who
predictor.
we're gonna see who gets this. So round one, I'm voting for Skaven, and you are voting for
Well,
game one. Sorry.
Yeah, so game one, they're quite close. Now, I've played against both of these players, so I know them personally.
Yeah.
So, I know that the Daughters of Khaine player is a very good player. And I also know that Mark is a very good player. There's only one downside, Mark gets in his own head. So I'm going to go with Daughters of Khaine.
Daughters of Khaine.
Yeah, I think if Mark will second guess himself, and it'll cost him.
Okay. So you're going for Daughters of Khaine.
Yeah. Plus, he's Swedish.
Yeah, and I'm going to go for Daughters of Khaine. And then Twitch chat have gone for Skaven, which is interesting. Majoritively, I've seen from Skaven. So, right, round two. Game two, sorry. Mo, yes, game two. Legion of Sacrament versus Legion of Asgore. Oh, baby.
This is the one I want to see.
Oh, what is in your rubbish death list?
In the rubbishy Legion of Asgore, you mean?
Yeah, no, in your rubbish.
That's it, it's
Come
too
on.
late, you said yes. Right. Well, as good as the Legion of Sacrament is, it's not actually the Sacrament, it's the Legion of Blood. So, yeah. So it's okay. It's still pretty devastating, though. So it's Legion of Blood by Owen Abram. He's got Neferata, who's a general. It's got a Vampire Lord and Zombie Dragon. It's got a Necromancer. It's got 5 direwolves, and 2 units of 30 Reapers with
Oh, no
3
way.
command points.
No way.
So
the entire crutch for that entire fact. Not even that Grand Alliance. Grand Alliance Death are like, I'm so glad you released Reapers. End conversation.
Thank you. We
God,
love them.
You guys are so boring.
But I don't think I think it's going to absolutely massacre those fake things.
No, you're wrong. So, the scenario that you're playing is Gift from the Heavens.
Sorry,
Yeah,
they are on the list.
Spongy Paint. All the lists are up on the Honest Wargame. If you just type in !lists, should should bring it up. I'm pretty certain, or it'll just get put. It'll be put up now. There you go. You just type that.
So what's in the fake stuff?
The fake dwarves.
Yeah, the fake dwarves.
So, Andreas, who I was talking to earlier, gorgeous army, by the way. He's got 2 Bull Centaur Turuks.
So two little bulls.
No, yeah, so the 160 points, they're basically mini monsters. They're genuinely really good. And one of them's a general, and one of them is got the trait grotesque.
But they're fake.
They're real. They're so real. Anyway, so then you've got Griffer the Charm, so -1 to hit, and then his command trait is -1 to be hit. So he's -2 to be hit in close combat.
So it's a fake thing that's grotesque as well.
Yeah.
A fake and grotesque. Going well so far.
Then there's another Bull Centaur Turok as well, a Demon Smith, and then he's got 5 units of 10 Infernal Guard Fireglaves, which are really good. 6 Kadai Fireborn, which is interesting. I've only ever run 12. But then he has got 3 units of Magma Cannons, so potentially 18, 1, 2, 3. 3 Magma Cannons. And he potentially is going to do 18 mortal wounds there, but more than likely, based on my personal experiences, 0. And then he's got the Iron Demon War Engine, the Skullcracker War Engine, so 1 shooting and 1's combat. What's really good about this list is the ability to move the Magma Cannons forward 10 inches, and included with their 18-inch shooting. So then that's now 28-inch shooting. And if you put the Demon Smith nearby, actually, it's another 4 inches. So in total, you can end up getting 34-inch shots on those magma cannons. That will put you in the middle of the field, and you don't really have much to protect you. The Fireglaves can create some screens quite nicely, but and they've got lots of shooting. So the key element here is he's got some really long-range threat, and if he can take out the general in the Legion of Blood army, then that means he's not going to be able to bring back those Reapers. But then we haven't figured out how to then deal with the Reapers. Which is why the Reapers are so good, right?
Yeah, I think 60 Reapers going into there would do massive amount of damage. And the fact, you're going to be able to do damage. I mean, is it a natural 6 that gives them those mortal wounds?
No, so basically roll a dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And
for the infernal.
oh yeah,
guard.
natural 6s to hit are going to do
see,
more
that,
wounds.
that's not going to be stopped then by the minus to hit for Neferata.
No, won't make any difference.
But it won't do much. I don't know. I still think it's easy. So you've got a real army played by.
Okay, so let's not listen to you prattle on anymore about how bad the Legion of Asgore are. Let's take some predictions. Prediction for this game, Twitch chat and Speckles. Yeah? Wow. In fact, my army is being heckled from the Welsh team, none of whom speak Welsh, and I don't think any of them can read. Yeah.
So I'm 100%.
100%.
The Legion of Blood to smash out the fake.
So Legion of Blood. So you're voting Legion of Blood. I obviously am going with my heart instead of my head, and I'm picking the Legion of Asgore.
I've gone with both.
And Twitch chat have gone for AoS Coach reckons it's the Legion of Blood. Strength Hammer, good morning. I hope those reps are doing you good, and you're staying Stormcast strong. But we'll see. What do you guys think? Who's going to win? Legion of Blood, Legion of Nagash, Legion of Asgore.
Asgore. So you can't even say it right.
That's just
It's just not there.
Legion. This is Chaos Dwarves. It's such a cooler name.
That's another Legion of Blood for us there.
Yeah, it looks like I'm going to get voted down. That's the problem with it.
We've got one.
Yeah,
That's enough. So
that's because Ranga doesn't give a fuck, and he's such a badass. But it looks like mainly Twitch chat have voted for Legion of Blood. It's going to be an interesting matchup. It's going to be a very interesting matchup.
And they are playing, as far as I know.
Mr. Lee's also voted Legion of Blood.
Total
You've all
commitment.
betrayed me, Twitch chat.
No,
What was the point in starting my own Twitch channel if you're just going to betray me? Thank you, Strength Hammer.
That's just
I'll do some push-ups
two
for you
votes.
later. Yeah.
It's Total Conquest they're playing as well.
Yes, they are playing Total Conquest. Absolutely. Sorry, I should have put that. I don't think that overly makes a difference.
No, sorry, no, they're not.
They're playing Star Strike.
Gift from the Heaven. Sorry, Gift from the
They're
Heaven.
playing Gift from the Heaven, and I actually think that that's a bonus because if the Legion of Blood decide to engage early against Asgore, it's a massive mistake.
Well, it is until they disengage with the 60 Reapers and you go, oh no, they're dead. Oh wait, I brought them back.
Yeah. Weetabix, so just in order to explain to people who just arrived, so there is no coverage of any games, although we do have an infield reporter who will be going around soon.
He's a little terrorist with that.
Yeah, the GITS camera, as it's known. But because each match consists of 8 games, what we're actually doing is talking about the matchups and then bringing you the results as they go through. Yeah.
Pescasaurus does not like me.
Speckles is rubbish at Warhammer, you're right.
Piss off, Pescasaurus.
So we're trying something new this weekend. Run along with us and see what you think and get into it. Rage Howl, thank you for subscribing for 9 months in a row. So we've done round 2. So game 3.
Game 3.
Order Draconis versus Fyreslayers. So this is the only team. Wales are the only team to bring Order Draconis. Sweden the only team to bring Legion of Asgore to this event. So what do you rate? Do you want to tell us what's in the Order Draconis list?
Okay. Let me look. So if I can find it. Sorry, 1 second. Right. So it's run by Tom. He has a Dragon Lord, a Dragon Lord, a Dragon Lord, 10 Dragon Blades, 5 Dragon Blades, 5 Dragon Blades, 20 Phoenix Guard, and it's the Dragon Lord host.
Has he got a Phoenix Guard as an ally?
Yes. Yeah, 20 allies.
Wow, that's a really
it's
solid
a bit different
choice.
for him.
I really like that.
I think what might catch the playing Fyreslayers.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. I've seen. I've heard about this matchup at Bobo.
Yeah.
This is the game that Andu's lost with his Fyreslayers. Because unless that Fyreslayer, I'm not going to say it too loud, but unless that Fyreslayers player realises their shooting attack is an ability,
yep,
that's going to mess them up because they're going to get their heroes too close and they're going to shoot them off.
Well, so the scenario that they're going to be playing is Total Conquest in the Realm of Death. Not that either player has particularly wizards to make any use of those extra spells, but the Legion.
What's in the Fyreslayers?
So in the Fyreslayers army, it's Hermdar, it's an Auric Runeffather on Magmadroth, a Auric Runemaster, a Runesmiter, and a Battlesmith.
Okay.
Yeah? And then it's got the ever classic at this stage, ever classic of about 4 weeks since release, 30 Hearthguard Berserkers, 2 lots of 10 Volkite Berserkers, 10 Auric Hearthguard, and then it's the Lords of the Lodge Battalion, and then the Runic Firewall. So what you're looking at, and the Firewall's cool as well, because that will actually mess up the dragons.
Yeah, because you're not going to be able to shoot through it, are you?
Oh, Charles Black, thank you so much for donating 100 bits to the show.
Thank you very much.
I feel like Double Dragon Host might beat Fyreslayers, but the list doesn't have the initial hit, and I'd agree with that as well. So what you got to do in order... So that 30 Hearthguard Berserkers, what they can do is they can tunnel up, sit on an objective, be immune to battle shock, be on a 3-up save, reroll 1s, they have a 4-up after damage save. Yeah, so it's 60 wounds, and then because of the 4-up after damage save, because they're within, not wholly within, just within 10 inches of a hero, end up, it's a 4-up, so it's effectively 120 wounds.
That's a lot.
And you have to get past the 3-up save reroll in ones. And then in order to get rid of that unit, you have to get rid of both of the Magma Droth, the Rune Master, the Rune Smiter, and the Battlesmith. And I agree with you that if the Dragon Host can do some nice output,
Yeah.
but they haven't like doubled down on all the dragons.
Well,
Yeah.
he does have Doppelganger Cloak and the Quicksilver Potion.
Yeah, but he's not going to have the output to go and attack the characters, in my opinion.
I mean, because of the Dragon Host, they are going to have masses of speed. So
yeah, but if they're like just wrapped up.
yeah, they're going to be wrapped up. I think the shooting range from 12. I think for the dragons, and it's just mortal wounds straight through.
Yes.
So I mean, the potential is there. I mean, I've seen it done.
But the thing to get rid of from that block is the 4-up save.
Yeah.
The 4-up after damage
Yeah,
save
so
on
I
the
mean,
Hearthguard, and he doesn't have the output to do it to all of the characters.
No, I mean, so you can only tunnel in one of the heroes, can't he?
Yeah. No, you can tunnel in. Yeah, but they're fast, right? You
Yeah.
can tunnel the whole lot.
Well, I don't know if you can tunnel the whole lot or just one.
No.
Yeah, so he's going to have to leave a couple up there, isn't he?
Yeah, I think it'd be really interesting when we get to the table cam. We'll go to that table and find out, right?
Yeah.
Which lodge is Hermdar Lodge, so he's going to just pop up on the objective. So that allows you to, that lets you, so that unit of 30 Hearthguard Berserkers can pile an attack twice in the combat phase, and it can also pile an attack in the hero phase, and if it's wholly within 12 inches of an objective, it's immune to battle shock. It's really good.
It's powerful, so powerful.
And we saw in the last game, Team England's Fyreslayer build exactly the same, beat a Daughters of Khaine Hagnar list. So one to watch out for. But they're up against the Dragon Host. I don't think the Dragon Host can take it, so I'm calling Fyreslayers.
Okay.
That's what I'm calling. And so Twitch chat and everyone else, I'm calling Fyreslayers.
Oh, I think let's see what the Twitch says. The Twitch chat thing, but I'm all about dragons.
You are.
And I have seen it done. I mean, it crippled the Fyreslayer player, but I think they can do it if they play it right with that massive maneuverability. As long as the dragons aren't taken out, I think they'll do it.
Okay, so
I think because the Fyreslayers will see such few models, it might make them a bit too overconfident.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fish Waffle says, great coverage, guys. Watching in Oz, sipping a G&T, getting some rat space. So I'm really happy. Adrian Nagash, hi all. Thanks for streaming the event. It's our pleasure. I've got to work soon, but I'm looking forward to hearing about the defeat Legion of Asgore later. I hope you fall over. Also,
thanks, Adrian Nagash.
I may be biased towards death. So Wrangler's voting Fyreslayers.
AoS coach, he's back in the Draconis.
So AoS coach. So Flukesy saying Fyreslayers as well. So it's 2 votes for Fyreslayers. So the Twitch chat looks like it might slowly be. I might have convinced them. That's really what it's about. It's you and me doing arguments to convince the audience about who's winning, right?
Yes. Maneuverability and speed for me.
Yeah.
With the ability to, so I think they're going to get in there. I think that shooting is really going to mess it up. He'll only do it once, but it might be enough.
Yeah. I think it's going to go Fyreslayers. I think the chat. Oh, I don't know. It's a bit torn.
It's 2 and 2.
I might have to go to our man behind the screens, Mr. John Scrivens himself, for his vote. John, what's your vote?
Yeah.
John has voted Fyreslayers, so John pulls it for the crowd. We're going Fyreslayers.
So Speckles could be both of you. Yeah, they are going to get a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm not giving. It's not going to be an easy
Weetabix
match.
says heart says dragons, head says dwarfs. Can't wait to find out. See if you guys are right on that one. I don't think you understand just how powerful that block is.
Oh, I do.
It's basically indestructible.
Yeah, but I think dragons are movement 14 and
It does,
28.
so again, we'll talk about this. They just beat a Daughters of Khaine army. I don't think you get the volume of output that these guys can take. They can just take damage like it's going out of fashion, and then if they hit you back, you are so dead. Get on your Age of Sigmar app and just look up that unit. They are amazing.
It is bonkers. That
Yeah.
That's
Really
what you
good.
see.
And then imagine them attacking 3 turns in 1 round.
Yeah, that's going to sting a little bit there.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it's stacked against the dragons, but I don't know. In my head and my heart, all about the dragons.
They can take damage better than a racist can take a milkshake. Like, they are absolutely on fire. They know what they're doing and they're okay with it. Right, game 4. Yeah, one of my favourite people in the whole world, Mr. Wait, CC Daughters of Khaine. CC? Oh wait, who's CC? Oh, doesn't matter. He can be my new favourite person. Who is CC?
CC is...
Daughters of Khaine for Wales.
Chris Caven. Chris Caves.
Chris Caves.
Chris Caves. Daughters
Yeah.
of Khaine.
South W Legion Command. Link to list. If you just type !list, brother, it's so easy to do. It'll take you straight there.
So, with the Daughters of Khaine, he's fully enough taken Hagnar. He's got a Bloodrak shrine.
What?
I know.
What?
Hagnar.
Hagnar?
He's got
No way.
Marathi. And not one, not two, but 3 Hag Queens as well. 30 Witch Elves, 20 Blood Sisters, 5 Heartrenders. Oh, an Ender spell of the Maelstrom as well. Must be quite good. But yeah, it's Daughters of Khaine.
It's a Daughters of Khaine Hagnar list.
I shall say nothing.
Well, there's
With
not much
3
to
hags,
say.
I will say nothing.
There's not much to say. They are consistently the best army in all of Age of Sigmar and have been for 10 months. You can't really argue with that. Like, how good are they? 10 months good.
That's it.
Yeah. Who can beat them? No one. Although Fyreslayers beat them last round.
Yeah.
And they are up against, so in the draw process, Flesh Eater Courts. So, interesting, Flesh Eater Courts, can they do the work? What do you think?
Let's see what they've got. Can I take a stab in the dark here?
You can guess.
I'm going to go try and guess the whole list.
Okay.
So we're going to go Ghoul Patrol.
There is a Ghoul Patrol.
So that's 3 units of ghouls.
Correct.
10 each, I'm guessing.
Correct.
A Crypt Guys, a Ghoul Courtier.
There is an Ghoul. There is an 2 Abhorrent Arc Regents.
Oh,
a
okay.
Crypt Gas Courtier. There is an Abhorrent Ghoul King on Royal Terrorgeist twice. And then the new hot pick for Flesh Eater Courts, the old Corpse Cart.
Really?
Another
Again?
ally. We saw this last time as well, and the reason, and we saw the Flesh Eater Courts Gristle Gore army beat a Skaven army, and it's because of the pluses to cast from the Corpse Cart. +1 to cast from that Corpse Cart.
It's good. You guarantee it's guaranteeing off getting extra hits, guarantee getting off the saves. It's guaranteeing a lot of things that Fleck normally struggle with.
And then you've got endless spells. You've got Chronomantic Cogs, the Challenge of Ushran, and the Cadaverous Barricade. And to be honest, it probably doesn't want to put Cogs up.
Unless it wants the extra spell just so they can get some endless spells out.
Hey, potentially. It's interesting, especially, like as we've said, with the plus to cast from the Corpse Cart being out there. That's a good shout.
Yeah.
That's a good shout. And then Cadaverous Barricade and the Chalice to make sure you heal wounds. So just like Ragnar saying in the chat, both these lists are absolutely the top tier efficiency. Neither of them mind fighting each other. Tarapu, if you type !lists with an S, Heinrad also says, I refuse to listen to an FEC player tell me a unit is broken. And I agree, Heinrad, absolutely. Witch King, you gorgeous man. Love seeing you the other day. Hope you're well. Subscribe for 5 months in a row. Thank you. So, Flesh Eater Courts versus Daughters of Khaine. So, interestingly, if you've been following the stat show at home, if you talking about podium since Age of Sigmar was released, Age of Sigmar 2, sorry, and with only 4 weeks, or 3 or 4 weeks until the General's Handbook comes out, Flesh Eater Courts have sat on 12 podiums. No, sorry, Daughters of Khaine has sat on 14 podiums, and Flesh Eater Courts has sat on 12. So, with only 3 or 4 weeks left, it's all to play for to see who gets crowned the best faction in Age of Sigmar 2 so far.
We win because we are narrative.
You're dicks as a group. So who are you voting for in this situation? Who's your vote on? Flesh Eater Courts or Daughters of Khaine?
So I would absolutely love Flesh Eater Courts to do this. I mean, I've played against this Swedish player at AoS. He is no joke. He knows every tactic he can possibly do. He's an immensely good player. So I think Flesh Eater Courts has got this.
Yeah, he is baller. He is baller.
Really, really good.
He currently is wearing Crocs though. Red Crocs, yellow socks. Yeah. I'm not saying that makes him weaker. I feel that makes him stronger. Because anyone who's willing to do that is bold, brave, and possibly brash.
I mean, that's already distracting us, let alone his player.
Yeah.
He's not even going to look where the dragons are going. He's just going to just get blindsided by Crocs.
Whew. Okay, so in the chat, Daughters of Khaine, Heralicious, he is a mad lad, that's a fact. Who are you voting for, Twitch chat? Are you going for your Flesh Eater Court,
I'm
Simon?
going for my Flesh Eater Courts.
Okay.
I think it's good. It's a good, strong list. It's unfortunately Ghoul Patrol, but it's a good, strong list.
I'm going the other way.
Yeah?
Screw you guys, I'm going the DOK. The DOK way. The ladies have turned me, and I'll never look back.
3 hags.
3 hags.
3 hags.
Yeah. What's better than 1 unit to trigger speckles? Do you know what's interesting? Is all 3 hags is only 180 points.
I was literally just working out my
It's 180 points for 3 hags.
Which does basically 4,000 points worth of stuff.
I don't think that's science, but it's really, really close.
I mean, my maths is pretty good. I think I've worked out exactly 4,000.
You're basically a genius at this stage. You're doing really well. Can't believe it. Yeah, I think you're doing a great job.
I think I got a couple of good matchups last game.
Yeah.
Right.
So Mystic Struff says FEC all day, every day, Stockholm syndrome. Agent Nagash, FEC, but so much is reliant on FEC getting their spells off, so I could see it going either way. Which is why, Agent Nagash, I'm assuming we're seeing so many corpse carts, which is actually the best chariot in Age of Sigmar, included.
They're always the best. Included
in these lists. It's 2 wheels and is pushed by something. That pulled by something, that's a chariot. That's how it works. But right now, we're going to go to a man who needs no introduction because he is a terrorist of the Gits variety, the Loon King himself, Donal with our Gits cam.
Gits cam, I love it. I love the Gits cam. Okay, so in this, we obviously have Wales versus Sweden. We're going to go through some of the games. It's only an hour into the round, or 30 minutes after pairing, so there's still not much going on. But we're going to see how it goes. So this is Better Part of Valor. And we have some Disciples of Tzeentch versus a mixed order list, which is pretty interesting. You can see how cagey the mixed order list is by not giving any shits whatsoever about the objectives on the right-hand side that the Enlightened are clearly going to smash apart. So it's fine. Have you burnt the other 2? Okay. Who's gonna go first? His choice. So he's gonna burn all the objectives and then try to smash that apart. I'm kind of fancying his chances against this castle. But we shall see. Maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe he rolls really badly because it is a dice game. But when you re-roll 3s, it's kind of fine. So moving on to the next table. Also Better Part of Valor. We have the Skaven, boo! And we have the Sylvaneth, yay! Except it's the last hurrah for the Sylvaneth before the book finally is released. Assuming China releases the shipment, who knows? So who's going to go first? Oh, he hasn't decided. They're still deploying. So that's actually maybe the deployment is fine to be slow. Alario will need to smash apart the Skaven. I'm not overly optimistic because Sylvaneth put out a lot of don't like mortar wounds, and Skaven put out an awful lot. So then we can move on to the beautiful Gloomspike Gits, which is probably my favorite of all the tables. Jonathan has had a very exciting start from Jonathan, and he's done 6 mortar wounds. To the king, or Volturnus, with Scuttletide, which is pretty phenomenal. Pretty phenomenal indeed. Meanwhile, Dave the Chin, the hero of the hour who stepped into Wales, is throwing his game just like he did against Republic of Ireland, and that makes us happy. That makes us all happy. What game are you guys playing? What's this? Total Commitment, which the Eels probably don't really like, and the Gits just don't care, because they just don't. What I really like, though, is he's got the Boingrots and only 1 hero, and that's pretty scary, especially when you're against Eels. Have you charged yet? Are you going to charge? Is it your turn? I'm going to charge. Ah, yes! Yes, the Boingrots are going to smash the Eels! And find out why that they're not as good as the Eels! It's fine, guys. The Gloomspite's a great book. Honestly, it's fantastic. We all love it. Okay, Khorne against Slaanesh. I know who my hat's with. Definitely this Khorne guy, because he's played the army more than 2 days. You've had 2 games so far. How have they been with Slaanesh?
Yeah, it's been winning.
Yeah. Welcome to the losing streak. I think I'm pretty confident on that. Wait until I'm proved wrong. It's fine. It's fine. Meanwhile, we have Tom Loyne, the difficult man himself, who causes me massive amount of stress. Don't allow him into your tournament. I'm certainly not letting him back next year. Against Fyreslayers. Isn't that exciting? For no one. But it is Order Draconis. And just take a look at how pretty this Order Draconis models are. You might think Tom's a really, really good painter, but he did not paint this army. He just borrowed it. So he'd be wrong there. And then finally we're going to move down. I should probably say that this is Battle for the Pass. Total Conquest. The funny deployment, I should have been able to tell. And then over here we have the fecking dock. That's right, it's Feck against Daughters of Khaine in the list that nobody wants to play in. But we'll see how it goes. So Adam from Sweden has a great record against the Caves family of 0 to 20 points. And he played the son, and now he's playing the father. And so why is a Northern Irish player playing in Team Wales? Because he was willing to play, and that's the criteria for Team Wales. So we'll see how this goes. It doesn't look like much is happening, so I'm not going to bother them too much. I think we'll see over the course of the game as this develops. We'll probably see Daughters of Khaine losing and the Caves family going up 40-0 against Adam, which would be amazing, albeit somewhat depressing if your name is Adam. Then over here we have Skaven against Daughters. Just like the fecking dock, I don't have anything funny to say about the Skaven dock matchup. Probably quite a scary one for both teams. How are you feeling about it?
Out of all of the lists in their team, this is the one I wanted to face the least. But on the other hand, I'm probably one of the people that have the best chances against it in our team as well. So it's on a knife's edge, basically.
So as I said earlier, my money is on Sam from Sweden to win this. He's a great player. Mark is a lovely guy. Take that as you will. And then over here we have Andy, and Andy, the cameraman, the beautiful man behind the camera, and my favorite person of the event, Owen. He's from our club. We love him lots.
Hello.
He's half Welsh apparently. Never knew that. I just thought he had a Welsh name because his family. I'm a terrible friend.
You're such the worst.
I am.
Really.
Oh. So we have the fake dwarves. Because I look at the models and I have no idea what any of it does. That's not a real model. That's not a real model. But apparently we can allow it here because I didn't rule it out. Compendium is allowed in this event against Grimghast. Because while I love Owen as a person, don't quite love his army. Because 2 units of Grimghast and an ethereal zombie dragon is very 2018. Meanwhile, we see Mark coming back from the table after slow playing per Sam. He's not even started, and he just took a massive, massive dump. He's been away for a long time. He's back. Look at how much lighter he is. Probably lost a stone. Other than that, I'm done. I will be back later, and thanks very much, guys.
That would probably sound better.
We are now unmuted. Thank you so much, you guys, for bringing us back. Yeah, Donal was just described as the Ricky Gervais of Warhammer there.
He's loving that.
He is loving it, yeah.
I do kind of want to see him do the Ricky Gervais dance later on stream. Isn't it that one?
Just a bit of this.
Yeah.
A bit of this. A bit of this. You guys out there, if you are watching at home, just make sure you stand up, have a little, get that blood flowing, yeah, get some water in you, because this is only the second of 3 rounds. I'm not even feeling remotely tired, and I'm excited for what's going to happen next, which I imagine is going to be more Warhammer.
feeling it does as well.
All right, okay. Please keep the news on about the fucking DOK match to Suffrage. So he's very excited about that. Yeah, I promise. We will try our hardest to keep the updates coming as much as possible. So you have to talk into the front of the mic.
Sorry about that. I thought
Okay, it's all right.
Just
It's
get
just
close to me,
science.
just make me lean
That's
further.
just how it works. It's your first time. You're doing so well today.
I'm trying.
You're
I'm
doing
trying.
really well, Speckles.
I
I'm really
do-
proud of you.
I have a little bit of information.
You've had some information.
I have had some information.
No, hold on.
Now,
Hold on. I believe in science, but I don't believe in you. Tell me.
Well, you might have to believe in this. So,
Okay.
so I specifically said earlier about the Daughters of Khaine Skaven list. I said Mark might get in his own head and might lose.
Yeah.
Now I'm not going to say it too loud because he's just gone and said, "Well, I think I've lost this because he's a really good player. I can't beat Daughters of Khaine." So he's already in his own head.
Well, so my biggest issue when playing against the Swedes, and even Jonathan, whenever you're communicating with them in any way, it does feel like they know something you don't. Probably the existence of trolls, but
English.
and also English, and also Swedish. But they just have this kind of like amused look behind their eyes all the time, which is just so off-putting. And emotionally, whereas when you stare into Team England, you're staring into the cold, dead eyes of the soulless. I'm joking. They're all wonderful people, and I do mean that from the bottom of my dark heart. So really interesting watching them play, and they just seem, and they've got like such a nice vibe about them as well.
Just happy to be here,
Huh?
happy to be alive, and happy to be here.
Yeah.
I've got more info. More.
What's the more
More.
info? Tell me then.
So I
So
spoke-
Mark's got in his head, so that might mean that Daughters of Khaine versus Skaven is going Sweden's way.
But that's because I didn't even roll a dice. So, more information. The Order Draconis player that I said beat the Fyreslayers,
Yeah, which you're wrong about.
when they just put up like 2 models each, went over and said, "How's it going?" And the Order Draconis player went, "I've not set up yet, but I've decided I've just won this already."
Also wrong. I can't tell you how wrong you are.
I mean, he's decided already he's won. And it did confuse the guy playing. Oh,
Okay, so just interesting news. So in Northern Ireland,
wow.
wow. Against who was playing the Caradron?
So for anybody who got to hear that,
Country.
Flesh Eater Courts has
Which
just
country?
tabled Daughters of Khaine in...
No. So Flesh Eater Courts have tabled Caradron Overlords.
Oh, yeah, carry on.
Northern Ireland's Flesh Eater Courts versus Scotland's Caradron Overlords.
Wow.
Tabling in minutes.
That was a fast 2 turns.
In a fast 2 turns.
Very fast 2 turns.
Yeah, a full tabling. So that's some hot news from around the room. We will bring you, at some point, the live updated scores for the round by rounds, but we'll bring you those in a bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, not to guesstimate again, but I've got a feeling that could be a Gristle Gore Ghoul Patrol Flesh Eater Courts.
Never heard of them. Never ever heard of them. Hey, Elf Bro, how you doing? I hope those reps are going well. A lot of strong Stormcast players in the chat right now.
Is there?
Yeah, they're just on their downtime, making sure they carb up for the
Just waiting for
workout
the-
the next day.
The workout people. I thought you meant Stormcast people as in the ones waiting for their 15th Battle Tome to come out next week.
Who are Stormcast?
Yeah, I
Or
mean-
Sylvaneth?
Well, yeah.
I do hope they release a Sylvaneth Battle Tome soon.
It would be lovely to hear what it can do.
It's been ages. Right, let's look at the next 4 matchups. So we've
okay.
talked about the first 4 matchups, and we've done our predictions, and then we're going to go to the next 4 matchups now, and then we're going to do our predictions.
Are we going to
for
bring
those.
that up?
Yeah, don't worry. Jonathan already knows.
He already
doing
knows. He's already on it.
He's on it. He's just doing it for us.
I think something may be happening. I can feel it.
Elf Pro's all about it. Runax is going to be baller. Right. So let's take a look at this. In game 5, we've got Alex B. Yeah. So the battle plan is better.
Better Pot of Valor, Alex Bruce with his mixed order versus Ashk with his Tzeentch.
Now I am really excited about this Disciple Tzeentch list, but mainly because it's actually a Bisakai's list, pretending it's a Daughters of Khaine list. That's what it is.
Pretending it's a Tzeentch list.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
We are getting a little bit backwards and forwards, but it's okay. As long as we both catch each other.
All of my words. I refuse to speak English anymore, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Right. So Twitch chat, I'm going to want to know who your predictions are and who you think are going to win. Speckles, I'm obviously going to want to know you, and I'm going to want to know what mine is. But before we even do that,
Okay.
yeah, I'm going to want to know what the hell is in these 2 armies.
Yeah, it could make a little bit more of a...
It makes a big difference.
A big difference, yeah.
So talk to me about Tempest's Eye.
Tempest...
Yeah?
The Tempest...
The Tempest Eye, what I call every... No, I won't say that.
I wasn't going to say the colour of that eye either.
No, you go on.
So, we have a Free Guild General on Griffin. A bit out there.
What?
Oh, no,
Free Guild General? By the way, the only Free Guild General on Griffin at this event.
I think I'm going to make him out to be a full-on liar now, because his second one is a Free Guild Griffin General on Griffin. He has two.
What?
Yeah, so you...
Two of them?
Two of them.
No way.
Scribbo's actually that confused, he's gone over to look. He's confirmed he has two. He has actually got two.
Two... how many Griffins you see in competitive match play in Sigmar?
Two.
None.
Well,
Crazy.
I'm looking now and I can see both.
Yeah.
As well as in this mixed
Go Tempest Eye.
Can you guess what the next stuff is, or is it just two out there now?
All right, I'm going to go for it. I reckon that there are 40 Arcanauts.
Well, yes, you got that one.
Nailed it. There is an Aether Chemist.
That'd be right.
A Phoenix.
That'd be wrong.
No Phoenix?
No.
Holy bananas.
We're throwing you out
Tell
now.
me what's in the rest of the list.
So, in the rest of the list, he's got a Knight of Zeros.
Nice. Reroll ones.
Yeah, a Celestial Hurricanum with a Celestial Battle Mage.
Oh, yeah, the OG.
Yes.
Yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, just
That
put a
thing will-
Hurricanum in your list.
And
That's
it'll
what
do
I
a
do.
lot.
Yeah, that's how you play Warhammer. I'm not good. Well then, let's get +1 to hit, baby. Yeah.
He's also got Tunics of 10 Warriors. And some
Dwarven Warriors.
Dwarven
Make sure
Warriors.
you
Yeah,
call
sorry.
them what they are.
It just says Warriors on there.
Yeah, let's go.
And just to throw a little bit more janky weirdness into the mix, 2 units of 3 Prosecutors with Javelins.
They kind of do that. Nah, they're not that janky.
No,
They
I mean, you'd never suspect this lot to be together. It's like you wouldn't walk into a pub and see
Have
this
you not
lot
read the
sat at a table.
story? They all hang out. Have you only read the Flesh Eater Core book ever?
It's the best one. No, I've read the Nighthawk one too.
Oh my god. Sweet. That's good news. Especially for my predictions. So mixed order, which you're seeing less and less of nowadays, effectively taking the best of stuff, but taking it inside a city, which gives you +2 move, +1 save. Really, really clever. And you've seen it used by a bunch of different people, especially as you can effectively pick some hopefully underpointed stuff, or you can take some utility pieces. But sometimes you are a little bit hemmed in. So the Griffins are really, really, really good. But in today's modern world where Skaven and Flesh Eater Cores exist, can they fight it out? I don't know. It's a really cool pick.
One of them does have a Sword of Judgment, which isn't too bad a shot. I mean, taking out the big heroes. He's got a lot of maneuverability on it.
He's fast. However, he's up against this list isn't OG. This list is the real G. I love this list. Let me tell you some words.
How many dice does he have by the side?
He's got bloody 9 of them, hasn't he? Classic cheater. So this is the Disciples of Cheating. So the Oscar is going to be running the Disciples of Tzeentch. Bubba, as he's known to me. And he's got a Gaunt Summoner with Chaos Familiars, who's the General with Arcane Sacrifice, the Ragged Cloak, and the Law of Fate, the Treacherous Bond, which is what I call my last relationship. Then Zangor Shaman, the Wellspring of Arcane Might, and the Law of Change, the Fold Reality. Great Brave Shaman. Do you remember Fold Reality? Do you remember what Fold Reality would mainly be done on back in yesteryear?
I mean, a rough stab in the dark and memory. Would it be Zangor Skyfires?
It used to be. However, let me tell you what's in the rest of this list. There are 30 Zangor, a good option to do them with, but maybe not.
Yeah.
10 Ungor and 10 Ungor, and the reason that that's happening is because he's got the Phantasmagoria of Fate, and this allows you basically build a Beast of Chaos list. Then what you do is you take it in a battalion, and if you take it in the Phantasmagoria of Fate, you can then they all get the keyword Tzeentch. They now are in the Tzeentch Allegiance, which means you get access to those spells. Those are artifacts, yeah.
Okay.
And to take things like the Gaunt Summoner.
Dual citizen passports then.
Yeah, it's dual citizen passport. That's what the Beast of Chaos have got. That's cool. You made that that's made loads of sense. It's like currently you got the Northern Irish and the Irish team playing here at the minute. They don't know in 6 months whether or not they'll even be allowed to visit each other, right? So this is kind of like a farewell do for the Irish teams. That's not funny. That's just sad.
Oh dear.
Oh wow.
What else has he got? What else has he got? Why are you just going crazy here? Because I see he's got more in that than you're showing. What's that thing there?
Then you've got 9 Zangor Enlightened on disc and 6 Zangor Enlightened on disc. The opportunity for Fold Reality. He's also got the Balewind Vortex.
I mean, I'm just looking at the players' faces now. I mean, Alex Bruce, who's playing with the
he looks fine.
The special eye. Is what I think I'll call it now. He's looking a little bit shaky. That could be the hangover, to be fair though, rather than anything else.
Yeah. So Bubba's a solid player. So we've got to do predictions, Twitch chat and Speckles and Rob and everyone else in the world about who we think is going to win that. I've actually heard we've had some information from that table, not to swing your opinion, but in one spell, so this will have been coming off the...
Go on, say it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to literally make it.
Of the Gaunt Summoner.
Oh, I was going to try and cover
Nailed it all day long. The Gaunt Summoner has done a Horde spell on the Horde killing spell, which he done onto the unit of 40 Archanaut Company, killing 23 of the 40.
Ouch.
Yeah, however, you got to remember that they're allowed to take 3 special weapons per 10.
Okay.
So effectively, what they've got is 12 good weapons.
Yes.
Yeah, and then 28 ablative wounds. I mean, the 28 ablative wounds are also useful, but really it's the light sky hooks that are the key to that list.
Yeah.
However, it depends whether or not he's got any command points for the battle shock.
None.
We'll find that out.
No, there's none.
He has none.
None to start with now.
Well, but it might be turn 2 or 3.
Oh, it could be, but I think it's.
You don't know. You don't know shit, Speckles.
Oh, okay. oh, he's apparently just strategic genius.
Oh, he's strategic genius, so he has a command point.
Okay, he's okay.
So he's safe for one. He's survived for one.
It's just sweat from the hangover then, rather than the fear.
Yeah, than the fear. 80 Mac. So it was actually a draw between England and Scotland. Well, it was 4 wins to 4 losses for both teams between England and Scotland. England got a lot of secondaries though. They got 20. They maxed out on secondaries, and they got 92 points for the round as well. We will bring you the round update in a bit, if that helps you out.
Yeah. So my prediction. I'm going to make my prediction based on my own experiences.
Yes, go for it.
So
who do you think is going to win? Twitch chat, please. Is it going to be Tempest Eye or Disciples of Tzeentch?
So this might affect the Twitch chat though. What I'm about to say.
What you say?
What I say might affect their choice.
Yeah, they're going to do the other thing.
So I have played this Order guy twice.
Yeah.
No, 3 times. He beat me the first time, and then I pulverised him twice over with very similar lists.
Alex Bruce.
I beat
gorgeous
him
man,
twice.
great shocker hair. That's not. He's not balding any time soon.
I beat him,
which
so
is
I'm fully going with.
Which Oscar is furious about. He keeps looking across and seeing all that hair on Alex's face, and he thinks, "Fuck you! I'm going to kill your army." Yeah.
Oh, that's it. So the smack talk's coming out over the table.
So who are you rooting for? Oh no, who do you think's going to win? Elfbro reckons Disciples of Tzeentch.
Well, I'm going to have to go to Disciples of Tzeentch because I've beaten Alex twice already. So.
Well, that's going to be, I think, a full house for DOT. Because I'm voting for Disciples of Tzeentch as well. They are solid, and actually my next Age of Sigmar army.
Really? So I'm sure if we went back like a year, I'm sure there was a
if you went back 2 years, I'd probably have kicked you in the face for even suggesting it. But they've got some really nice mechanics now. They're not too broke, like in the modern world, and they do have some really fun and engaging interactions.
You mean when you choose your dice?
Not that. That's not fun.
Is that because you missed doing that with your Sylvaneth, Seraphon?
What, when they took my rerolls off me?
You thought, fuck you, Games Workshop. I'm going to choose my own dice now.
You won't give me rerolls. I'll just choose. Yeah. And also, they're not very well represented in the faction. Not in the faction, in the meta as well. There aren't loads. If you go on the stats tab on the Honest Wargame website, you'll see the stats for Age of Sigmar. So and they're not super represented. So I like that. I think that's pretty cool.
I think they're only not super represented because you had like a hate campaign going out about them. So I think you took them off.
Who? Me?
You? Yourself.
No way. I'm playing the long game of 4D chess.
It's the 4D chess of make everyone not go near them, keep them slightly okay, and then jump on them and smash out.
Yeah, basically. Long story short.
Is that how you got the Squid Gobbler to do a bit better?
4 years. That
4
that
years
took.
to do that.
Yeah, but we nailed it. Yeah, we got it, boys. Squid Goblin's good again. Right, Gorbase is tricky stuff. How can you lose with 2 Griffins? Coach, a big fan. Coach is a former Free People's player.
Is he? And,
Yeah,
and he's
moved
right.
moved on to the Gits, and he's all about shooting stuff with with handgunners and Griffins.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's rooting for them.
And so you know, Coach, yes, he does have the Sword of Judgment. I did say that earlier.
He does have the Sword of Judgment. That's right.
I don't know. I mean, the Sword of Judgment is very good against big characters, and he's not really got much to hit with that. So he's got a choice of a Gort Summoner, a Zangor, and a Brave Shaman. That Sword of Judgment is probably a little bit wasted against this list, to be fair. It's still going to be good, but I just don't think it's going to be needed in this battle plan. So what's the Twitch chat thinking anyway? I've seen a few Tempest eyes, some special eyes. Anybody thinking Tzeentch at all?
So, interestingly, before we get on to we talk about the last 3 matchups, we're going to look at the round by rounds at the minute, get you guys an update of what's exactly happening out there in the wild. There's some exciting other matches happening. Team England, obviously, crowd least favourites, but picked for the win are up there. So we're going to see that now on the screen.
So we're going into the grasses to find the wild Pokemon.
Yes, there we go. So there you go, brought to you in Glorious. So there's a round 1 update. As you can see, Northern Ireland, oh my God! They uncapped 99 points, 7,000 kill points, 21 secondaries. Northern Ireland do not care. They want the win. They want the win. So 21 secondaries joining up with England. England currently are playing against Ireland. No, Ireland.
Ireland.
Republic of Ireland. So we've still got that showdown between Northern Ireland and England to come in the future, which is
a good one to see.
Yeah, Wales, you can see they're doing really well on 80 points. Scotland and Sweden both not doing great. Sweden currently trailing going into round 2 at the bottom of the pack. Although kill points wise, England right up there, 8,800. So really doing the work.
No, I mean, it's very true. I mean, Sweden, looking at the guys that we've just had little updates from already, though. Sweden do seem to be doing quite well already in this matchup. So obviously with the Tzeentch versus the mixed order, Tzeentch seems to be doing quite strong already. So it could all change again. Would you not think?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, join us by the round by rounds. Currently going into this, Northern Ireland with a massive upset. Absolutely nothing to do with the TO supporting them wholeheartedly. England picked for the win.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the top seeds. You know, they really want to go and hammer it home. And the round caps at 100.
100. So Northern Ireland got 1 point. That's all they need. Oh no, so it's round 2. So they need 11 points.
Yeah, so so what they'll do is they'll start dropping points and going up points from that base of 80. So there isn't much of a change at the minute, but as we get the scores, we'll come back to the scores, right? So that'll be very, very interesting as we come and get that info, yeah?
Yeah, it'd be good just to see how everyone else in the Pokemon world out there is doing.
Yeah, question to everyone in the Twitch chat, obviously, who are you supporting and who are you rooting for? Let us know. Let's be if you got. I don't think you got any flag emotes, but
Team Maldives for me.
You're supporting Team Maldives who aren't here.
They don't need to be.
No.
they just win at life. And Team Greece as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, sweet. All right, amazing. Well, then, without further ado, we'll go to the 2 men who are legends by this stage. Yeah, dangerously scary. So the Ricky Gervais of Age of Sigmar with his cameraman.
Hey guys, welcome back. So a quick update from Northern Ireland. We obviously have the Northern Irish win, where Feck beat KO. What we did do though, just for the sake of the spot prize, was got them to roll off turn 3, 4, and 5 priority. So the spot prize, you needed to win priority with a 2. Last turn, or the last dice roll off a game that was already over, the Northern Irish player rolled a 1. Scottish player needed to roll a 2 or 1 to win the turn, or 2 to win the priority and the spot prize. He rolled a 1, so although he won this fake turn, doesn't count, doesn't win the spot prize, and I still have £10 in my pocket. So we're going to go through the Wales-Sweden matchup, see how they're going. We're going to go and also see with Tom how England are doing. Bear with me 1 second. Hey, do you want to have a chat? Or are you busy?
No, I'm not busy.
Cool. Well, Tom is not busy. The joys of being a coach means that you just walk around and watch people play.
Quick cider.
So how did the pairings go first?
The pairings went a lot better than against Scotland, but our spreadsheet was a lot better, so it was harder to pair badly, which is good. So yeah, looking at the games, they're not particularly going as well as the pairings may have suggested, but I think we're okay at the moment. There's some games that I thought we were okay in that we might not be.
Which games?
So Byron had the Calibron, which I think is a great matchup for him, but his Aether Quartz Brooch generated no extra command points, so he was only exploding 4 shots on 6s rather than 7 or something. And the Daughters player had great saves and rolled 1s for every battle shock. So there's a lot left in the army. Now Byron can go again next turn if he doesn't get the double turn against him. So not over, but it's going to be uphill.
And what about the other matches?
So I don't know about Darren and Mick. They are very early on in the game. I think Mick really struggles to deal with Darren's army, but he took the matchup, so I'm not sure. There might be something that he knows that we don't.
Mick's not a great player these days, so probably not.
You said it, not me. Laurie, I think, is winning against the Legion of Sacrament, but again, better part of Valor, so turn 2 priority was really important.
And Laurie won the turn 2 priority for the second time today.
Yeah, and that can't be good, be lucky. And then Richie, I don't know what's going on, but he's deep in thought, and I didn't want to interrupt him. I think he's had one of his objectives burnt, which he didn't think was possible. So I don't know what's happened there, but he's still got the half guard. So if he can just castle on one objective, he might be okay. I'm not 100% sure with that one.
Does Richie regret not taking Gits?
I don't know. I think we locked this in before Bobo, so he didn't had his success. He wasn't the best Gits player in the country at that point.
In the world.
In the world. And then behind us, I think Tony's up quite big against the Demons, Beasts. Jim's against the Sylvaneth again. We told him just to get some secondaries, but he said he thinks he can win. So,
will you be disappointed if he doesn't get anything?
Yeah. I asked him if he was going to back himself to win, and he said yes. So I told him to take some certain secondaries. So I want 20 points out of that now.
Excellent. He's under pressure.
Yeah. Les, they're too early on in the game. Les got an early charge into the Plague Furnace, but didn't kill it, as I said.
We were talking about that off camera and expected that to happen.
Yeah, and then, so I'm not sure what's going on now. There's a lot of Plague Monks. The Vortex is down, so...
Love the Vortex. Cool. Well, we will probably be back for some updates. Tom is super on top of things, so it's nice to have someone who knows what's going on. And kind of. He's got some experience. We're going to nip around the Wales-Sweden teams, see how things are going. Tom Loyne, the ginger man behind the scenes, is looking pretty calm. The Phoenix Guard, which are a great addition to this list. Tom is very original when he copied it off Adam Kunis. It's a great addition. How is the Fyreslayer matchup going for you, Tom?
It turns out that an Order Draconis army can't kill 30 half-guard in one turn. But it turns out that they can't.
Did you try with one dragon or all the dragons?
2 dragons and 15 dragon blades.
Okay, no, that is basically the whole army. So hard luck for you, man. I think we know how that's going. Has he burnt anything? Have you burnt anything? No. Total Conquest, different game. Ignore me. He's got 3 points, and how many do you have?
0 so far.
Is that because it's turn 1? Okay. Yeah, I think we know how that's going to go. Over here we have the very, very beautiful Mr. Chris Caves Senior. He's looking suave. He's taking off his glasses just to show off. In Total Conquest, Oh no, total commitment. Commitment. Yeah, total commitment. We'll see how this goes. Feck against daughters. It doesn't look like much has happened. Nothing's really died, which is interesting for that matchup. I do see some crypt players on the board, but I don't know if they're dead or summoned. Adam, the Swedish guy, is super deep in thought, so let's not bother him too much. Now we get to move on to something I just want to point out that I didn't notice before. But Sam, the beautiful Swedish blonde that is Sam, wears Crocs. Look at those Crocs. It is a confident man who wears yellow socks and Crocs to a Warhammer tournament. I am impressed, and I think everybody else should be as well. Mark, how's it going? Have you lost yet?
Almost. Just give me a few more minutes.
No problem. I mean, Mark losing in a few minutes seems impossible, but he's really bad as a player. Great person, though. We love him, really. Sam obviously has the standard net list that is daughters, Marathi, sisters, and witches. It's all very exciting. And now we get to move on to Moon, the favorite of the event, the beautiful, mighty Moon. Mighty because he's great. How's it going, sir?
Just gone for the charges, so we're going to see how it goes. I've only had to deal with one round of shooting so far. So.
And are you feeling confident?
My dice I seem to be able to failing to wound at the moment, but we're going to smash them up.
Well, that's probably true. Cryptghasts basically play themselves. Grimghasts, rather, basically play themselves. They're just like witches. They attack, except instead of not dying, they just come back. So unless you kill them all and kill the general, it's basically wasted. Unfortunately, he's playing against a fake dwarf army that I'm pretty sure aren't real models. I can't literally name anything on that table, and I've been playing AoS for the last 4 years, so there you go. And now we're over to the super exciting better part of valor, or one objective here. Can he score more than one? Well, yeah, but he could just hold this till the end of the game. Yes, and he. Sorry. I'll be quiet. I think the Tzeentch guy's won, but I'm probably wrong. I mean, he could burn them all just to make it a game, and that would be fun. But then his team might be slightly upset that he took the easy. Excellent. And now we're over here. We're on the turn 1 Sylvaneth army. Has it finally become the Skaven player yet? Yeah, not quite. Oh, he's still not had a go. It's only an hour and a half into the round, guys. Only an hour and a half, and he's finally starting his turn. Actually, no, he's not. He's removing models. So I know a lot of people say that you can't beat Skaven, but if you slow play them and don't give them a turn, then you score objectives, and they don't, so it's fine. That's how you're playing. Great strategy. I support it. As a TO, not so amused, but as a person who plays in this hobby, very, very happy. Okay, cool. So I'm not going to bother them too much because they still haven't finished turn 1. I was only somewhat facetious about this. Now we get to move on to the amazing, the beautiful Jonathan Etland and the Gloomspike. How's it going, guys? And how did the Boingrots against the Eels go? The curse of the 4-up. A lot of people said when the Boingrots came out that they were the Grot Eels, and they're not. They're not eels at all. As can be seen, there were 10 beautiful Boingrots here, and there's none left. Which means it's unlikely that this is going to end well for the Gits. But we're sitting here. I don't know whose turn it is. Whose turn is it? It's Dave's. Have you went yet? It's feeding time for the turtle. But if the Grots survive, they may be able to keep the objective and burn it next turn. So is it priority next, or is it your turn? So this is pretty exciting. If the turtle doesn't feed too much, we may see an objective being burnt. So it's not all over for the Gits. It's definitely not all over, but it doesn't look It doesn't look good. What we do have here, though, and this is quite exciting, if you could just come around, Andy, we have some fanatics. So some fanatics are going to smash those eels right in the face. Right in the face to the eels. And that makes us happy. It does. It does, because we don't like eels, but we like Dave the Chin, because he's designed all those beautiful T-shirts and all the artwork that you've seen me post on Twitter. Finally, we're over here. We're the Slaanesh. Is Slaanesh better than Khorne? And more importantly, is Andy stone cold drunk yet? Andy, how much have you had to drink today?
Nothing.
He's not drank anything. Anyone who was at Bobo or heard of Bobo knows just how badly that ended up. He lost a pair of jeans, which is a special occasion to actually lose a pair of trousers on a night out. He also ended up sleeping on the couch where people played Buckaroo for a couple of hours between games 4 and 5. It was excellent. But make you look at his face. He looks confident. He knows he's going to win. He doesn't give no shits about depravity points. He's just going to beat that keeper. What happened? He fluffed the keepers. The Wrathmongers? No, what are they? What are they attacking? They're attacking the Skull Reapers. The Skull Reapers are alive. They are well. He does not care. I think it's pretty much over for the Khorne, except it's only turn 2, so plenty to play for. Overall, I think things are going pretty well. And Rob and Simon are more than happy to take me back. Just a heads up, I've never lost to Simon Speckles. Don't remember ever playing him. Pretty sure it never happened, no matter what you might have heard me report before.
What a gorgeous man who now has to make a tough TO decision. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Donal and Andy there, bringing all the hot goss from around the room. These guys are just great, right?
Yeah.
Great guys.
It just makes it so much better.
Yeah. So if you guys have just joined us, we are at the AoS Six Nations event here live in Cardiff, sunny Wales. Sunny Wales. Yeah, Firestorm War Games. It should join. It should come and if you're ever in Wales, get the opportunity to come. It's got some great tables, free terrain. It's got, and this is the most important bit, a little lip between each table.
Yes, it does.
Ah, let me tell you about that.
The dice need to tell you about that.
Yeah, they're really good. Right, so you've got some stories.
I've got some stories. So we'll go with my Draconis story first.
Yeah. Tell me your story.
It's important to me.
So this is about the current round.
The current round.
So I just would like to bring this up, please. In match 3, we have Fyreslayers. So this is in Wales versus Sweden. Fyreslayers playing Order Draconis. I said to you that there is no way on the green and pleasant earth on which we live for a few centuries until it burns to death, the Order Draconis will win. Yeah?
Wow.
Tell me.
Well, he's already won.
No, he hasn't won.
No, he's not already won. No. He did smash out 15 of those things in one round of combat from his dragons.
So 2 dragons and 15 Dragon Blades went into 30 Hearthguard Berserkers. And he said, I didn't know if I could kill them, so I wanted to find out. Yeah, which I think...
That's a baller move.
Listen, to quote my friend Nathan Prescott, I'm not sure what it did, so I stabbed him a bit, and I found out.
And it did quite a bit.
Yeah, it did a bit.
Half.
It did half, which is... I mean, that's amazing. 30 wounds on a 4-up save. Yeah, is solid as hell.
If he starts wilting them down before they start getting that ultra buffs off, that's not going to do well for Fyreslayers.
Yeah. Gold Bear, there you go. So, we'll finish that chat in a minute. You should read that. That's nice. Look at you smashing it out.
I'm trying to.
You're doing great.
I'm trying.
You're doing really good. I'm really proud of you.
I mean, underneath this table, it's pure fear in tower. But that's what most people say about me from the legs down, anyway. There's a little bit more now.
Oh, right.
I did go over to the...
Hold on. So, 2 dragons and 15 Dragon Blades went in.
Yeah.
They only killed half a block of 30 Hearthguard Berserkers. The 15 remaining Hearthguard Berserkers nuked all of them back in return.
Kill that?
He killed some of them, I promise.
Yeah, but he's not killed the dragons.
Well, the Dragon Blades are dead.
Yeah, no one really cares about the Dragon Blades.
Well, anyway. But basically they didn't do the work, is what I'm saying.
They did a lot more work than I was actually expecting.
Oh, really? So then why did you think they were going to win?
Because I didn't think he was actually going to aim at the block. I thought he was going to aim at the heroes, and I don't think he's bothered with that.
I think that's my favourite bit about that Fyreslayers army. What happens with that Fyreslayers army is this. I have 30 absolute hard as nuts, right? What's that film with all the ex-action heroes?
Oh,
Expendables.
Expendables, yeah.
It's 30 of the Expendables,
Yes.
yeah, in one unit. 30 Chuck Norrises.
I was about to say that as well.
Yeah, and then everyone goes, "Do you know what I'll do? I'll fight them."
Yeah. They won't fight the old man who's telling them what to do. They'll just fight Chuck Norris.
Yeah, just 30 Chuck Norrises will be fought.
Oh dear. I've just looked across.
And those 15 of the Chuck Norrises who are left are going to fight a dragon.
Well, they've just took one dragon off already.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And so it looks like Draconis.
He looks like he's still won.
Yeah,
in that face.
He looks so relaxed.
He's like, I don't care, I've won this.
Honestly, I'm going to get his number and sometimes just FaceTime him to watch him smile at me. He's gorgeous.
Having a bad day? Smile.
Yeah, just having a bad day, just ring him. Right. So that's exciting in that matchup.
Yes.
We haven't still talked about matches 6, 7, and 8. I want to talk about them in a minute.
Yes, yeah, we do.
So what other stories have you got?
Well, we have the Flesh Eater Court story. So it was Flesh Eater Courts versus
Daughters of Khaine.
Daughters of Khaine.
Yeah.
Now,
very tense matchup.
Very tense.
Two good
well,
players.
Not really. The Swedish player, he's like he's a machine with this, but he's a very friendly machine. So he'll smash your face in while smiling at you.
He will.
Yeah.
He will.
So I've been
While
over
wearing
there.
Crocs.
Yeah. He's gone over there and he's taken off about half of Daughters of Khaine already.
Wow.
And the dragons are still rolling.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay.
So, the poor Daughters of Khaine guys are, I've lost this already.
Yes.
He's just given in. His soul has been crushed.
So this is Adam.
Yes.
Yeah, the famous Adam. Adam of the Swedish team, so famous and popular actually that he once did a podcast last week interviewing himself about his own list.
Yeah, because no one else was good enough.
An interview, a podcast in which he only interviews himself.
I'd love to see that and on a split screen. Just having two screens of himself basically. I think that would be amazing to see. Interestingly enough, I did lose to that man at Six Nations before I'd actually got to the table.
Really?
I didn't put models on the board, and he'd already TO'd it and okayed it that he'd won.
Okay. So in this situation, Flesh Eater Courts have beat Daughters of Khaine.
Yeah, I think it's almost game over.
I think Heinrad's got a fair point. He wants to talk in there. Scar6 brother, lads. Hope you're here. Yellow socks and Crocs. That is a strong look. That's true.
It's a strong look.
So what else have you got for me story-wise? Or is that all your stories?
Oh no. Well,
have we not covered those tables yet?
A little bit of story going from our ultimate match, the one we really need to see.
Yeah.
Legion of Blood versus the Legion of Fake.
Legion of Asgore. That's right. Chaos Dwarves. How are they doing?
They're still there, unfortunately. I do have one thing to say though. They are painted beautifully.
I told you.
Yeah.
I told
yours,
you.
Rob.
No, shut up, man. Asgore players are the best. We know how to paint. We know how to play, and most importantly, we do it in an environment of prejudice, right? I am on a pulpit, and I'm telling you, like, we have got real war scrolls that you can download, and
calm down, Martin. Martin Luther King here going on.
We need superglue to put our army together, but that doesn't mean that we're not equal to others.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Do you feel better?
Yeah, thanks.
Knowing that all three of you that play them feel
there are
feel
at
happy.
least 5 of us. Gabe from the Runax Wargaming, love you. He plays them. He doesn't give a shit about it.
Poor Heinrad telling me how Daughters of Khaine broke and I play Feck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think he is still to this day the only Daughters of Khaine player that I've beaten.
There haven't been any 10-minute wins yet, I don't think. No. Yeah. Beer for the Rod says, I'll take 9 Bruce Lees Enlightened versus your 3 Norris any day. Good argument, yeah.
Wow, so, have we heard any information from the Tzeentch versus Blessem?
Yes.
Oh, I did hear a bit of news.
Mixed order.
So, a Griffin did some stuff.
It didn't. They've lost.
They've lost. But he tried. He apparently did 20 wounds back.
Can I just do a big shout out to Donal, who's organised the event? Number one, he's done a great job and was also helping us to report him. But he also had to make what arguably has been, in my opinion, the toughest judgment call you can make in Age of Sigmar to date, which is someone asked him how the hell an activation works, which I've read the most recent FAQ, and I'm not saying that those guys don't know what they're doing, but what the did it say? Yeah? There are smart men here. There are people who run companies, who advise governments, and we're all like, what?
This? I'd love to know how we actually ruled it, though.
How did you rule it? A Wildfire Taurus activating.
It goes last. Okay.
Because a War Scroll overrides a core rule. Right,
Okay.
perfect.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So you take it from strikes last to middle.
Okay.
So to explain that out to you guys, effectively a Wildfire Taurus, when it relates to a Gristlegore general who always strikes first, if you apply an always strikes last effect to an always strikes first, then it does strike last. That's what the most current FAQ says, with the exception being the Slaanesh Battle Tome itself, when it uses its Locust of Fecundity, I think is the name, then its always strikes last ability, which happens on a 2+, only drops it down to a normal activation based on turn priority. So there is a singular instance of an oddity that occurs inside the game. But
Funny that. It's like
honestly,
some rules aren't all perfect. Just a
but
few of
great
them.
work. TOs around the world should be loved for their care that they're putting in. So well done, Donal, and well done everyone else who's ever been a TO or helped a TO out.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys are great. Right, let's look at the matchups
Let's go
that
back.
we haven't yet looked at. Very excited to talk about those. Well done, John. You're doing great work. So are you, Speckles.
Thank you. And so are you.
Listen, you can't hurt my feelings. Right, on...
Oh, I can. I can try.
On table 6, you have an Honest Wargamer host himself, yeah, with his Gloomspite Gits versus, representing Team Sweden, versus the Ideneth Deepkin. Yeah?
Yeah, I know some... he's not only the ultimate Welsh player, he's the stand-in Welsh player.
Well, tell us who is playing for Team Wales.
Well, I've asked Team Wales, and they've called him, apparently, Dave the Chin. Because
he is
has
called Dave the Chin.
He has a big chin, is what they said. Which is lovely camaraderie between our team.
Hey, Dave the Chin. And what's Dave the Chin using? Ideneth Deepkin?
Ideneth Deepkin, yeah, it's a bit of a weird mix. So he's got Volturnus, he's as a general, he's got a Soul Scryer, another Soul Scryer. Some things you might notice, he's got 6 Mosasaur Guard, 6 Mosasaur Guard, 6 Mosasaur Guard, 10
Did you say
Trolls.
Mosar?
Morsar?
Morsar.
Morsar Guard, sorry.
What were you saying, Mosar before?
Yeah, I don't know where that went from.
I've
but
got Mogard and Mogard.
Tomato. He does have one of the most beautiful models in the game as we speak.
Tell me.
A Leviathan.
He does. He's rocking a turtle.
And even better still, this is now officially his second game with this army ever.
Yes, yes. So there was a dropout for Team Wales. So then each team has brought a coach, and each coach has volunteered to play one of their games through, which I think is, again, it just shows you the strength of this community and their commitment to doing well, right?
Yeah. I mean, fair play. I spoke to him before he went in the match, and he did actually want to play. I spoke to him. He said, I think I can take that fire stuff out. I was like, you do realise all your stuff flies? Like, yeah. Like, all your stuff takes mortal wounds. Oh, no, I don't want to play them now. So he was a little bit fearful of your fake Legion.
Rude.
Yeah.
Absolutely rude.
He says he thinks he's getting a gist of it now.
So do you want me to tell you what's inside that list?
No, let's see what the Swedish Viking himself has.
Yeah, Mr. Jonathan Etland himself. He's got a Fungoid Cave Shaman with Great Green Spite, a Web Spinner Shaman, Scragroth the Loon King, a Loon Boss, and a Madcap Shaman. He's got 60 Stabbers, 20 Shooters, and 6 Squig Herd, 5 Spore Fanatics, 10 Loon Smasher Fanatics, 6 Sneaky Snufflers, and 10 Boy Grot Bounders. I think we've heard a shout from in the hall. Someone has summoned a Vermin Lord.
That would be Darren.
For free. It would be. It would. And you've never heard anyone complain until you've heard an Irishman complain about a Vermin Lord being brought on.
Well, apparently he just killed it.
Yeah.
And then he's brought it back.
Yeah. He's complained to Darren about it, but Darren hasn't understood a word he said the entire game. So he's just...
He's just bouncing around.
Yeah, we said it, yeah. 60 Stabbers, 20 Shooters, and 6 Squig Herd inside Jonathan's army. He's got 5 Spore Splatter Fanatics, 10 Loon Smashers, 6 CC Snufflers, and 10 Boiling Grots. And then he's got endless spells for days. He's got Scuttle
Wazoo,
Malevolent Moon, Prismatic Palisade, Umbral Spell Portal, Aether Void Pendulum, and of course, the racist Quicksilver Swords.
So racist.
They're so racist. Now, Twitch chat and Speckles, who do you rate as going to win that event, win that match, game?
You're right. So I think I'm going to go with head and hearts, but mainly hearts, just for the big Viking himself, who's just a giant teddy bear, really.
Yeah.
I've got to go with the Gloomspite.
Gloomspite?
Yeah.
Gloomspite. Twitch chat, who do you think is going to win it? So why do you think Gloomspite?
So Jonathan knows what he's doing with that Gloomspite. He's been playing it a while.
And they're also playing on Total Commitment.
That's a lot.
So that means the Eels can't start off the board.
No.
None of the Ironeth can start off the board.
It's really, really going to hinder the Ironeth. I mean, he's still going to give it a go. I spoke to them both earlier, and they were both just cheering with each other. I think they're just happy they're playing.
Yeah, I would agree with that wholeheartedly. So you're going for Gloomspite, and I'm going for Gloomspite. Zanji in the chat is saying Gloomspite. So Twitch chat, you voted. It's going to be Gloomspite.
Poor Mr. Chin.
Poor Mr. Chin.
Poor Mr. Chin.
Poor Mr. Chin.
I mean, I love Mr. Chin for helping out, because if it wasn't for him, this wouldn't happen.
Also, anyone called the Chin.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. He's taking it on.
He knows what it's about.
Where's he taking it on, though?
Yeah. The Chin.
There we go.
Nice.
Slow joke, but yeah.
Nice, I liked it. Yeah, I was a bit slow on that one, I apologise. Right, on our 7th matchup features the Hedonites of Slaanesh versus the Blades of Khorne. It couldn't be more recent. These two books are freshly off. While we await the Sylvaneth Battletome release, we are two of the most recent Battletomes out there, Slaanesh versus Khorne.
Battle of the Chaos.
And not only is it Andy Hughes, a top player from the UK tournament scene, you've also got Mikhail, the team captain himself.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. For
Sweden.
For Sweden. Yeah, we saw him really tense during the pairings earlier. And actually, both players haven't even yet said a word to each other. They've just pointed.
It's just looks across. They're not even rolling dice. I think it's all psychological. I think they're just basically looking and going. It's all mind game. I think. No models moved, no dice done. It's all in their mind. That battle in their head is real.
Yet to say a word. I've never watched a game of Warhammer played in utter silence, but they haven't said. They're just staring, pointing, and rolling dice. Each man knowing what the other's thinking and nodding. It's the most incredible display of Warhammer that I wish we could film.
It's like the butterfly effect going off over there.
Like a butter. Do you know what a butterfly effect is?
Wait, one dice and they already know what's going on. It's just changing dice either side every time. I know what the butterfly effect is.
It's not that. It's not close to that.
One thing does one thing, it can affect everything else, but they already know what's going to be affected next.
Okay, let's look at the lists.
Well, I will do Mr. Hughes.
Okay, you do Mr. Andy Hughes of Team Wales.
Team Wales. Also, just like to point out that man snores like a wildebeest, not unlike somebody else I know, you. And later on,
thankfully, I've never snored.
Well, I do have that on recording to be played to you at some point. Probably tomorrow it's a little bit more subdued. You can hear the full power of an elephant seal.
Okay, but let's talk about Andy. Let's talk about his list.
Right, in his list, he has it's the Pretender's Host. He's got a Keeper of Secrets with a lot. So he's got a Sinister Hand. The trait is Strength of the Good Hood. Artifact is Silver Slash. Host option is Strongest Alone, and the spell's Song of Secret. So all that just for one little keeper. It's bonkers.
What?
All that. Oh yeah, it's real. It's all there. Because the Pretender Host allows him to take one from everything, or every hero basically, all in one. Then he's got a Keeper of Secrets with Sinister Hand. Then he's got the
Contorted Epitome.
That's the one. Then he's got Infernal Raptress, then 30 Demonettes, 10 Demonettes, and it's the battalion of the Epicurean Revelers?
Yeah, Epicurean Revelers.
I got that word right.
You smashed it, that's great.
With 2 CPs to start off with.
Nice, good job. And it's 70 Demonettes. And he's up against Mikael Magnusson. Could you get a more Swedish name?
That's a strong name.
Yeah, heard the bird. So his slaughter host is the Reapers of Vengeance. And he's the Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury. His trait is the Mage Eater, and his artifact is the Crimson Crown. He's got the Scarbrand, The Scarbrand.
The Scarbrand.
Bloodsecrator. Slaughter Priest, Slaughter Priest, Slaughter Priest. He's rocking Gore Pilgrims. He's got 10 Skull Reapers, and he's also got 5 Blood Warriors and 2 lots of 10 Blood Reavers.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
what do you think about this? Two fresh battle tomes with a bunch of really interesting stuff.
Well, it's also got those 2 endless spells in there, and on the way.
So he does. Endless. Sorry, yeah. They call endless spells, but they're prayers, right?
No,
It's
well,
not-
endless prayers. Yeah. I mean, on the way up, apparently these Slaanesh now have had an FAQ, so they don't get depravity points from endless spells at all. So that axe, when it's hacking stuff through, it won't be giving anything away. So his big.
that would be in effect for this event, though. I don't think.
Do you not? Oh, I don't know. Okay.
But there are no endless spells for Slaanesh.
Yeah. So just endless spells. Apparently, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask about that one. But yeah, I don't generally know what's going on with that. It's doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Both of them are, and a lot of shutting down things.
So I think this is the activation wars happening on a table, right?
Yeah.
So Khorne could have got the ability to strike first. Slaanesh, you got the ability to shut stuff down. I personally think that this is going to go. I'm going to call this as going towards Khorne as
Yeah?
opposed to Slaanesh. No, sorry, Slaanesh, not Khorne. This is going for Slaanesh. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I want to be controversial and go Khorne, but I don't know. I think Slaanesh as well.
Slaanesh?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Slaanesh. Andy's a really, really good player, but so is the Swedish captain.
He
Actually,
is.
no, I'm going to go with Max the Strong.
Yeah, Mikhail the Mighty.
The Mighty
What
Max.
does everyone in the chat say?
Oh no. Oh. So all the Draconis have won 19-1.
Oh, the Draconis won. Lost.
No, ignore what they're saying. Ignore it. Yeah, there we go. No, unfortunately, it was 19-1.
19-1 to the Fyreslayers.
Turns out that those Hurtgard Berserkers.
Turns out
strong.
Rob is correct on that one, and the Twitch chat were correct on that one. Well done. We've called game 3 of this match there. All Draconis versus Fyreslayers, so that's a good shout.
Should we do the final matchup pairing? Oh no, what was the Twitch chat?
No, wait, Mr. Lee says he reckons it's Khorne, so he's
Okay.
going along with your feelings, so thank you for joining in, Mr. Lee.
Yeah.
So, right, the final matchup, you've got Sylvaneth versus Skaven Tide. So, in the Sylvaneth list, let's talk about it. Woohoo! No, I've got the Skaven Tide list. So, in the Skaven Tide list, you've got a Grey Seer and a Screaming Bell, a Grey Seer and a Warlock Bombardier, and a Vermin Lord Warp Seer.
Okay.
2 lots of 40 clan rats, 20 clan rats, 40 plague monks. So many plague monks in this event. 2 warp lightning cannons, and then you've got warp lightning vortex, soul snares shackles, Ravanax gnashing jaws, and the Geminids of Ulguish.
I love the fact you can only take only one war skull. You get to see some bonkers endless spells getting
Yeah,
out.
I mean, it takes up quite a lot of. A really interesting thing about Ravanax is if you time it right, then you're going to be able to, because it's a model you can't move over, you'll be able to block up a hole between in the vortex.
Yeah.
So you cast the vortex, and then you cast Ravanax Smashing Jaws in between it. So then, if you could trap something behind the vortex or in the vortex, it can't leave.
Wow. Okay.
Top tech there.
That's some top tier stuff.
Mercy Boo Coop. That's why I'm here.
Wow.
And then what are the Skaven Tide against?
So Skaven Tide against the Sylvaneth.
No freaking way.
Yeah. Well, I know some stuff after this as well. So I'm going to let you know what's in the list and then tell you some info. So he's got Alariel, the Ever Queen, with Throne of Vines. He's got an Arch Revenant as well, which I was really excited to see. He's got 3 Branch Wraiths, block of 30 Dryads, 20 Dryads, 10 Dryads, 10 Dryads, they're Forest Folk and Winterleaf. He's got some good little spells as well. He's got the Pendulum, Cogs, Geminids, and the Racer Suds. So with 2 CPs as well.
Okay, so who do you rate as a matchup? Also, the scenario that they're playing, there we go. The scenario that they're playing is the better part of Valor, which is really going to benefit Sylvaneth in that scenario.
Yeah, so apparently when I went over there earlier, Alariel just got a 12-inch charge straight off, so he double-sixed it. And he's also got all the big block of 30 across his side as well. So Sylvaneth are doing quite well.
Yeah, I personally think that's the Sylvaneth win would be my bet anyway. It's just because they've got the 1-drop and better part of Valor is a ridiculous scenario for 1-drop armies.
Yeah.
But the Skaven have got the output, and Mortal Wounds. Sylvaneth is so weak to Mortal Wounds.
I think it could come down to, so obviously secondaries are quite, secondaries and your hidden agendas do matter quite a lot. So he might win the scenario, but he might draw it at the same time.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, I'm voting Sylvaneth as the winner for this particular game. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, from what I've heard and what I've seen, the Sylvaneth as well, they're really good.
Yeah?
Yeah, in this scenario particularly for their movement shenanigans. I mean, this is all because they've got woods that work at the minute.
Yeah. And then we have got. So you're voting Sylvaneth as well.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be interesting to see when they eventually get a book, when that actually happens, and what it do. I mean, I've heard of like your memories about this Sylvaneth book, but
I know
we
many
don't know
things
until that book comes out.
My memory's got many thoughts. And in Twitch chat, who do you rate? Who do you think's going to win?
Oh, so
is it
we
going to be
got Khorne?
Sylvaneth or Sylvaneth? No, that was the round before.
Sorry, yeah.
Sylvaneth or Skaventide? Who will win that game? That's the question we need answering.
That's on everyone's lips.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So Northern Ireland, double win.
So
double win.
Yeah. There you go. Northern Ireland, some results coming in. That's great.
And it was Legion and Nagash that has beaten Idneth Deepkin. So that's there you go. So the big man himself.
So I think we might have the round update. We'll get a round update now and see what the rest of the room looks like.
Behind that team composition, there's two sexy men there, and if you can't see it, there's also some red Crocs with yellow socks again as well.
So here you can see on the screen here, you have the scores as the total scores, round 1 and round 2 added together as we stand. Northern Ireland look like they are doing the work. 194. They are pushing out beyond England's 172. Now, both those two teams haven't played each other yet.
No, that'll be a big block.
So that'll be a big round. You've got Republic of Ireland coming in third, which is huge.
Well, yeah, because they're normally on the bottom.
Normally they are on the bottom. That's absolutely true.
They're taking it now.
All right, so it's a little bit skewed at the minute because we have some results posted from Northern Ireland. So some of those results can actually go down.
Yeah.
Because the way it works, it starts at a flat 80, and then it can go down or up depending on how a team is doing. With it being hard capped, a bottom of 60 and a top of 100. So you can't go below 60 and you can't go above 100. That's to make sure that there's not a winner who runs away with it and there's not a loser who can't ever catch up.
Well, I mean, it's quite interesting to see that obviously Wales and Sweden we've got and we're talking about now. And Wales are just pipping above, 152 over 149. So it could be that Team Wales beat this out, statistically. Although from looking at Alex Bruce from over here, I don't know how Wales are doing too well. He's looking slightly worried, and I think he's chewed his nail all the way down to his knuckle at the minute.
Yeah, the game between Andy Hughes and Mikael Magnussen, they still haven't spoken.
No words.
But again, looks really tense.
Oh, no. I think Max was nearly going to say a word then.
But he just didn't want to.
No.
He thought no. We also can see live on the screen, if you guys want to go to it, we can see a tense game of Skaven versus Daughters of Khaine. Two powerhouse armies are currently happening.
If you just pan that down, Screw, we'll be able to see the socks.
There we go. No, that's fine. That's good. That's good. So yeah, you see some powerhouse armies playing out the game there, and it's looking tense.
Sweet. Oh, apparently another one here. Sweden are up 1. Oh, Sweden are up 19-1.
Wow, so Sweden just posted another win as well.
And who was playing? I think. Who was that? Who was Oh, it was the, It was my bad decision there, wasn't it? Older Draconis. Bless them.
Yeah, they didn't do well.
Bless them.
They did not do well. So yeah, there is some scores still to pull through. There's half an hour left. So then scores are starting. We're into the update phase now. So we're going to be slowly getting scores and updates as time goes on.
Random cheers, random cries.
Exactly. We've already done the overlay. We've done the overlay for how the matches are looking between all of the teams. and it looks like Northern Ireland are really pushing the boat out. Yeah, with England and Northern Ireland matching up to be potentially the game. I know the Northern Ireland will really like it.
Sorry to laugh, but it's just I think Mark's realised he's on the stream now, and he's looking very proud.
Yeah, he's doing really well. There's
big grin on his face now. He knows he's on the stream.
There's Sweden. There is the cream of the crop of Welsh athleticism versus the raw powerhouse of Swedish Warhammer knowledge. You just can't ask for
and
more.
the mind power between the two of those is just intense.
This is why they'll never be able to create an AI that can play Warhammer.
No,
because
it's never going to be.
Those are
powerful
two
enough.
human supercomputers.
Yeah.
Moving dice around and models, and trying not to say Skaven Vortex too much.
I mean, from what I can see, I don't actually think the Skaven Vortex is actually down there by the look of it, which is a little bit bonkers.
It is looking very good. Who would you want to win, Speckles?
Well, I specifically said I think Mark might have got into his own head a little bit. I've got to say it down because he is looking at us as well. And the Daughters Game player is slowly starting to push across the board.
Or move it somewhere else.
I think it's probably all to play for at the minute, but I don't know. I think the Daughters of Khaine might be slowly taking the lead on this one. There's also another Daughters of Khaine player who's playing against the Feck, and I still think, looking across here, if you just look behind them to the towards the lockers, I suppose you could say, that's the Feck versus the Daughters of Khaine players, and I think Daughters of Khaine are failing there.
I think Daughters of Khaine. Have got this personally. I think again we're going into our very stealthy, quiet camp, but I reckon.
I mean, Mark could be just like hiding all of his amazing thoughts behind those eyes. Just 1 minute, it'll just click.
Yeah.
And everything will align, and boom, the table's empty.
It's very tense. This is the thing about Warhammer.
You can see that the strain in his face there.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go back to the update for the results as they're currently standing.
See, it's changed.
Yeah. So it hasn't changed much. Northern Ireland have come down some points, and England have now come up. So they're a little bit closer than they were. That 20-point gap. We've seen some differences here. Republic of Ireland have pumped up as well. It looks like Scotland, after a really strong round, beating.
That was a really strong round.
Really strong round. You know, they held England to 4 losses, which is they can't argue with that.
Yeah,
England still walked away with 92 points though.
Yeah, I mean Scotland did take those 4 wins later on in the game, so they could be just late bloomers. It could still happen, depending on how the matches are going. It could just switch quite soon. I think with it being quite close towards the end, I think we'll see some changes, especially between the Wales and Sweden team. I don't know. I think Scotland might jump up a point. I think they might go to 5th. Prediction.
Yeah, all right. You might think they go for 5th.
Yeah.
Who do you guys think will win? Don't forget the Northern Irish. I think we're about to interview the head coach. Yeah.
We're doing
of Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland.
Yeah. Don't worry. Not
about
Southern Ireland, as it's well known. But I think we're going to go find an interview now and tell us how his team are doing so well against all the odds.
Okay, so welcome to AJ. He's the coach of the Northern Ireland team. They're playing Scotland at the minute. So AJ, how's it going so far?
Do you know what? It's kind of hanging in the balance. We've got a couple of good early results, but then some of our tables are just being a wee bit iffy. So at the moment we have our Sylvaneth player Pete. He's playing Daughters, and they just won priority, and that's looking a wee bit dodgy. And we kind of needed some points out of Pete. Having said that, though,
Do you think he can score some secondaries, or does he need the win?
he should be able to get at least 4 secondary points. Having said that, though, we got some good early results. Our Deepkin player did really, really well, and our Double Dragon, Dave Khaine, listed
The best list in the world: Legions of Blood, Double Dragon, Neferata, and a Bloodseeker. The one that I stole for Boo and did really badly on day 2.
Yeah, so I don't think we're going to cap out yet, but I think we'll get close. I think we'll get late 80s, early 90s.
And so, how is it having a child in the team? So we have I'm not biased as a TO. Northern Ireland has a 15-year-old in the tournament. Last year he was 14, so he's a whole year older. Have you taken him to a strip club yet for his birthday?
No, we're under strict instructions from his dad not to. We did consider it last night because we were giving him a lift home, but his dad was very kind of.
Are you going to take him to Coyote Ugly? Because that's not quite a strip club, but it's a bit of dancing.
And that film is a 12A, so he's probably all right for that.
In fact, I want to watch this film. We discussed it last night. Cardiff has a Coyote Ugly bar. I loved that film when I was growing up. It brings back good memories of being a child. Okay, cool. So he lost, unfortunately, against Stu West, the Northern Invasion terrorist himself. Well, how did that game go? What swung that game?
So it was going really, really well. Chris was actually doing quite well right up until there was a bit of controversy about the objective. He misplayed it a little bit and lost out on claiming an objective that he could have piled in, but because it was contested at the time, he wasn't quite able to hold it, which then swung the point in his favor. He actually ended up almost tabling his opponent, so he got full points for kill points. He was able to get 6 points. But he just missed out on that objective. Just one of those things that happens.
And were you expecting that to be a major win for him, or were you? Did you think it was actually going to be tough anyway?
We thought that was going to be a really tough game. We didn't have him down to win. Sylvaneth are quite difficult in those kind of objective-based games, so he did really, really well, actually.
And do you think the secondaries work in terms of giving you something else to play for if you're going to go down?
Definitely. It's interesting as a coach because I didn't think his choice of secondaries were that great. But actually, whenever I was watching him play, it sort of started to make sense. Interestingly, I'm learning an awful lot as I'm watching wee bits of the game, kind of going, oh, right, okay, I wouldn't have done it that way, but I can understand the logic behind it.
Is that why they're the players and you're the coach?
Coach is probably the wrong word. I would say team fan, water boy.
Yeah, drink caddy, exactly, yeah. I mean, Chris is a great player, so for me, the secondaries are just a nice way to give give stuff to do. Actually picking bad secondaries sometimes is the right decision, especially if you're confident that we might cap, because that way you're getting rid of the bad ones and then keeping the good ones for whenever we have a tougher matchup like Sweden. Not necessarily if we play England, because who cares about England? So who are you most worried about? Which team keeps you awake at night?
Do you know, we were worried this morning about Sweden. We were worried. There was a few things in there that we weren't quite sure of. We are worried about England. There's some really good, not only really good players, but really good lists in there. Darren Watson particularly, kind of that plague monk thing. Nobody wants to touch it from our team, you know. So there's a few things there that we're kind of worried about.
So because of Darren's very boring list, no one wants to play him. Darren is one of the nicest sorry, let me correct that. Darren used to be one of the nicest men in Warhammer, but now he's a villain. And no one really likes him anymore, including himself. He brought on a Vermin Lord with Mick as he self-flagellated himself, punishing himself for rolling a 12 on the Screaming Bell. I mean, I thought it was weird. I videoed it. It's going to go in my bank for later when I'm in bed beside Andy in my hotel room.
He literally did it. That was the first thing. I haven't seen him since Warlords in February. And the first thing he said was, oh, I owe you a base. And second thing was, sorry, I took Skaven.
I think we're all sorry he took Skaven. Well, good luck for the rest of the rounds. Keep me posted on how it goes. We're excited for Northern Ireland, the current table champions of the Six Nations. They're in the lead at the moment. Let's hope they remain. Cheers. Welsh, questionable. Captain,
questionable.
He's ginger. Do you want to say hi?
Hi Donna, how are you?
I'm good. It is a camera. Do you want to say hi? Introduce yourself and this glorious guest who's finally graced us with his presence after 4 years of being away.
Yeah, 4 years in the wilderness. Yeah, Craig Jones, ex 8th edition, Welsh captain.
He was a Welsh captain.
He was a real Welsh captain.
A, actually Welsh. B, an actual captain. Craig was lovely. Is lovely. Actually, we don't care about Tom. Craig Craig, are you going to come back to AoS?
I'm thinking about it. Parenthood's running me ragged at the minute, but we'll see.
How many kids do you have?
Just the one, but she's
What age is she?
Nearly 2.
Is she going to use contrast paints when they come out?
She's going to what?
Use the contrast paints.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think Games Workshop designed the contrast paints for kids in mind, so better start them young. And I don't think they're poisonous. The spray is. Don't let them spray. Yeah. It has a lot of warnings. So Craig, what did you used to play? And if you had to play an AoS, what army would you play?
So I used to play Warriors of Chaos and Skaven, right? So probably Skaven, but because I've got pretty much every model that exists already.
And not because they're bent?
Are they bent?
Omega bent.
Right, good. I'd like to see they're still bent. No, I just rebasing 130 odd models probably isn't my bag. So they're still on their square bases, packed away in their their movement trays in a box. So I'll just leave them there for now.
So you know when 8th edition came out and Skaven had a massive FAQ and loads of rules that were just stupid?
45-page long FAQ, right? Yeah.
So they've basically done that again. Like, the cycle of GW repeats itself. Skaven come out with stupid bucket... Sorry. slightly bent rules. And...
It's complicated and lots of them, right? Yeah, just like lots of rules, and they're really complicated, and they're really unclear.
And they also have all the rules, right? So you play Order Draconis like Tom. It has 4 war scrolls, 6 rules. That's it, done. Skaven have 1 endless spell, 18 million rules. Same thing again, but it's fine. So it is just like 8th edition. So if you come back to AoS, it's the exact same state that you left it in with Skaven being banned.
So what I can do is turn up the table with a big rule book, a bigger FAQ, absolute ton of models, and make my opponent sad.
Yeah. Is that what you're saying? So the rule book is not that many pages, right? Like, it's 18 pages of rules. You've got a couple of war scrolls. That's fine.
How many pages are there in the grot book?
Not enough, but there are, unfortunately, 150 pages of FAQs that you have to print out. That is not a joke, probably, and they don't even consolidate it. So we have to use like an independent New Zealander who's actually English, who has to combine them, and then everybody links to his website instead of Games Workshop. I had to rule today, right? And we had to look through. It was.
How do you really feel about this stuff?
It was so I had to make a rule today. It was Beasts versus Feck, and I had to check the FAQ. So I checked the Beasts FAQ. I checked the Feck FAQ. I then have to check the Khorne FAQ. And the Slaanesh FAQ. Why? Because the FAQs are in there. It's fine. Thank you to Dan at AoS Shorts. Highly recommend his because I could just go back to that. So kudos to him. Kudos to the Honest Wargamer team who are going to come back to us. And thank you for Craig, the beautiful man who's going to return. You heard it here first to Team Wales next year.
Thank you very much, man.
Is our mics on? Welcome back. Welcome back. I assume our mics are on.
We're gonna guess. Yes, we are.
Nailed it. Welcome back to sunny Wales, where we're gonna get that man a soapbox to sing things from.
I mean, I know we're looking for a new Prime Minister. I think I know who I want as that new Prime Minister.
Yeah.
I want Donal.
Yeah. Donal for Prime Minister.
Donal for Prime Minister.
Yeah, he's the leader that we all need.
He'll just fuck all the rules out. It's like, no, don't care, do it this way.
So, welcome back to sunny Wales, where it's hot, it's warm, and it's tepid.
I mean,
no, not tepid. That's a different word.
Not quite tepid. No. I mean, you're a little bit warm looking. I'm starting to feel.
So you're joining us live at the AoS Six Nations event, the world's premier Age of Sigmar competitive international tournament. It's been running for 3 years. It's the oldest running competitive Age of Sigmar event for international teams. Waters would be great. Yeah, you're an angel. Yeah.
Yeah, JD, please.
He wants a JD and Co.
JD.
Yeah.
Well, you asked. There you go. don't complain when you ask.
So, and we are doing the live coverage. We have been watching the match between Sweden and Wales happen at the minute. It's still tense. Some of the games have wrapped up. We saw Fyreslayers beat
Order Draconis,
obviously.
Dragons.
Yeah, we still got Skaven fighting
Daughters
of Khaine. And obviously that's a titanic matchup. Not only in both the players, but also in the stats of those two players playing. Those two armies. Skaven.
We have a more important one now, just behind them.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's Legion of blood.
So there was a Disciples of Tzeentch game versus Mixed Order from Sweden and Wales.
Okay.
Very, very, very tense.
Yeah.
In the very first turn, an Archanaut company of 40 lost 27 of their models. However, we've just heard that the Mixed Order Tempest Eye list just beat the Disciples of Tzeentch list.
Wow.
20-0.
Wow.
I know.
I mean, they're loving each other for it, but
They're having a cuddle. They're having a sing-song, and they're having a good time.
Obviously, I've taught him some stuff. For when he's played against me and lost, I've taught him. He's learned from his mistakes against me.
Yeah, please.
But that's impressive.
It's very impressive,
And
absolutely.
you'll be glad to know there are both Griffins still on the board.
There are. So look these are the current round by rounds for the entire event. So you've got Northern Ireland are currently doing the best in the event.
The whole lot.
Yeah, and England are still racking up. Kill points are still being generated, with Northern Ireland punching those kill points up. Some of the games are still to wrap up, though, for Team England. So Northern Ireland have posted quite a lot of results, but they've almost capped. So at the end of round 2, the maximum that they could have in that in the capped column would be 200, and 194 is really good, but that could come down if they take any losses as we go forward. England at 180, they've still got some results to give in, so they could come up some points as well. But it's very, very close.
Team England also having that horrific FAQ issue as well.
Yes. There's now a top bracket, though, between those two going into round 3, with Wales and Republic of Ireland. Wales down to Scotland really being the next bracket. So there's loads to happen, and there's loads of results to come. I'm wondering what the Twitch chat, if they want to win. Have you had your heart or mind changed by any events that we've seen so far, Speckles?
Well, yeah, I mean, my poor heart was broken when I saw some little fire people kill dragons.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know which Fyreslayer unit killed them because they all look the same.
Wow. That is just rude.
Well, no, it's a magma drop. So I know what that is, but the rest are all the same. So I don't exactly know what killed them. I'm guessing the Berserkers.
It would have been the Hearthguard Berserkers.
But it's very easy to hide 30 Hearthguard Berserkers when your whole army go, oh no, that's the Berserkers.
Yeah, they do look fairly similar. Hey, Andy Dunn, you're doing really well.
Hey,
so
guys.
I wonder if he's rooting for Team England. I think Andy Dunn's English.
Okay.
So potentially to win this event for bragging rights. The past 2 years since this event has happened, it's been won by England. So they're the bad guys going into the story, with the premier bad guy, Darren Watson, in their...
He's doing well. Bless him. I mean, I did go over to that game a minute ago, and I did go to Mick, I'm sure you've just killed that Vermin Lord. And he's like, yeah, I killed it. He put it in the box, and then he summoned it again.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a stab.
The bad guys are always cool, and he is rooting for England. And then we're all kind of rooting for Republic of Ireland, because Republic of Ireland came last for the past 2 years. So there's a battle for the wooden spoon, there's a battle for first place, but it looks like the Republic of Ireland are not doing as bad as Scotland at the minute.
No, Scotland, I don't know what.
Who did Scotland just play? Were they just playing Northern Ireland? Because Northern Ireland...
they could have done, actually. Yeah,
wow.
They were.
Scotland held England to a 4-4 draw last game. But now I think Northern Ireland have whomped all over Scotland. Wow.
Yeah, Joe knows that was just probably.
Yeah, that's
right.
Those are the facts. So England have just clocked in 2 more major wins.
More change.
So we'll see the points. So they've got up to 187 now.
Wow. Okay.
So they're closing that gap with Northern Ireland. Wow. So and that's again Richie posting another Fyreslayers win against Khorne. Look, you just don't put that Fyreslayer block against combat armies. There is nothing that is going to go into that combat block of Fyreslayer Berserkers and beat them. It's just not it's not happening.
No, I think the scenario may help as well.
The scenario does help. I'm not against it. I just think that realistically,
I would love to play against that Fyreslayers list at the 3 places of arcane power. That would be my go-to one with my Flesh Eater Courts, which I've done before. It was beautiful. Just being able to go, I win, I sit on the objectives, you lose. Doesn't matter how many berserkers you have when you can't score.
So I think we just did. I think we heard we got
30 minutes left.
30 minutes left of the round. So we'll be bringing you the closing results as we get them.
Yeah, things will be changing fast now.
They will. Yeah, results will come in thick and fast, realistically. So spot prizes are being shouted out. So the guys are doing some spot prizes there. But yeah, most of the games are wrapped up, and we're gonna go into the results later.
Yes.
So I think what's best. So I think what's best is we wrap up the show here for this round.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is wrap up the show for this round, and then what we're going to do is we're going to come back at the start of the next round before we do the draw. We'll talk about what happened at the beginning of this, like at the end of this round. Show you where.
A little bit of an update on
Yeah,
overall.
give you the drama for which team could be winning, who's trying, who's winning, and then we'll get to take you through the draw process of the next matchup.
And hopefully it'll go smoother.
It went quite smooth last time. It was quite smooth. Yeah, we got it last time. Yeah, we got it.
Quite smooth.
Yeah, absolutely, I think that went really well. The only thing that,
we were expertise. It takes us one to become experts.
So you guys have been wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Everyone else has been wonderful. Donald's been wonderful.
He has.
Yeah.
Donald for the next Prime Minister.
Andy's been great. So we're going to come back. We'll start the next show with an update of what happened at the end of this round. And then you also check out AoS 6 on Twitter, so you'll be able to see live updates on there as well. You guys have been wonderful. Speckles, you've been great.
Thank you.
Considering this is your first day, you are smashing it. Well done.
My voice is slowly going to go, I think.
Don't worry about it. It's only for the week. Right, John, you've been great. Listen, make sure you join us back here soon. If you're not going to, you have a nice day, whatever you do.
Yeah, get the beers out and the barbecues.
Just have a great day.
Yeah.
And